See, fuck you guys. That's what I want to say. Fuck you guys.
Action.
Lights, camera, action. Hello everyone, welcome to the art project. My name is Rahul Shetty and this is Omkar Bandekar, that is Kishan Kumar and this is Sudhanshu. So guys, let's address the elephant in the room. What is this and why is this happening? Why did you do that with me?
You said let's address the elephant in the room. I was just
My instinct, bro.
couldn't help it.
I mean the elephant in the room for the users, bro. The question, like why, what is this? What are we doing here and why is this happening? That's what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah, so I think we just had this one thing that all of us should come together and then just have fun like we usually do and put it out to the audience on cam. And I also personally look at it like the world in lens of 4 small town boys. So the way we have been
says a guy who grew up in metropolitan city, 4 small town, 3 small town guys.
But
3 small
I don't know.
guys, 1 small guy.
Yeah, precisely. Nice one. Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, I think we when I had visited you in Bangalore, we were having this conversation कि bro हमारे conversations कितने interesting रहते हैं.
Exactly.
कि that's when I asked you कि let's start a podcast.
Yeah.
And that's how I think the idea originated. The idea was in our mind since many years because I and Rahul used to discuss it a lot, but not in this way, right? Because I think we were not at all inspired on creating a casual podcast. It was moreover on the professional lines, like how Ranveer Alabadia does stuff like that. But you know what? Now we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, now we don't care.
Now
Even while writing the description for Anchor, so again Anchor is a podcast publishing site. I was just looking at it and I needed to create account to publish a podcast. So I wrote just 4 guys having a fun conversation.
Yeah, fun conversation. Just
talking about their profession, personal life, and the events and their adventures.
Yeah, and I also
like that.
think this kind of makes sense because all 4 of us are different.
Yeah.
And a lot more relatable factors in each of our lives can be seen on the screen.
Yeah.
And that makes it fun because I always thought, or at least everyone around me should see how we have conversations because that has always been on my mind somewhere or the other because all of our conversations are
sometimes it's very fun. We'll eventually get there on the podcast though.
If you are ready to support us, we'll get you stories that are
like, share and subscribe.
full crazy stories apart from one. Yeah.
apart from one. So I think let's address another question.
You know what? I have
this
another
was
question.
supposed to be episode 2.
Yeah.
But we fucked up. This is now episode 1.
Yeah.
We all collectively fucked up.
Yeah.
Technical issues.
Yeah, technical issues and so we connected all our mics.
We didn't know, as we were starting, we didn't know how to place our mics. So it was only Kishan who placed his mic correctly and
unknowingly.
Unknowingly, yeah.
Unknowingly.
I think he's the least techie guy in this room. And he got it the right first time. It's such an irony.
I know, bro.
God favored him, bro.
Yeah.
Just because he's not a tech guy.
Yeah, God favored him because God didn't favor him while giving his height.
I don't think you're a non-tech guy.
I like tech. I like reading about tech, knowing about tech, but haven't been like in this space.
You're not a technical guy.
Yeah, I'm not a technical guy, but I love
but
tech.
You're a tech guy.
Yeah, I am a tech guy.
I think
love
everybody
tech.
is a tech guy.
Yeah. I love tech.
Who doesn't love technology?
Yeah. So that's there. I'm not technical though. Like when I see Omkar and you guys like
Except
talking about
Amish
chain.
people. Except Amish people. Who doesn't like tech? You know Amish people, right?
Huh?
There is this religious group or religion called Amish or something. I don't know the right word, but they are called as Amish people. Those guys think that every technology is evil and they follow the word of God and they still ride chariots and they still use horse and they still use lanterns and stuff like that and they live that lifestyle. So there are people like this who hate tech and they think that's evil and that's the bane to our society and that's not God's word. Something about
So
it.
they might be still using pigeons to send messages.
Might be. They're using land.
Just imagine.
They use
bro,
chariots to drive around.
Just
might be.
imagine like 2 Amish couples want to have a sex chat.
Pigeon. By the time the pigeon reaches, he would have just died. Can't wait, bro. Shit.
Oh fucking hell. Bro, that's so fucking crazy.
Bro used to wait 2 days for a reply from
Yeah.
us. Like how tired.
Forget about nudes. He can't even receive sex, bro. Like, he can't even receive a sexual text. He need to send, okay, baby, I'm doing this now. I'm opening my pants. I'm still here. It's cold.
Yeah, I think they might also be writing in paragraphs. So it's not texting.
Yeah, because
texting.
so yeah, right.
Because,
Makes sense.
You know,
makes sense.
message reaches after 2 days, bro.
Yeah.
At least you have to make something out
So
of
they
it.
detail the full intercourse, and you're like, while I'm doing this, you do this.
No, while I've written this for you, you just imagine me
Imagine,
and just think that I'm doing that and
Yeah, you
whatever.
do your part of the.
You do your part of it.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about when I meant fuck conversations. This is what I was talking about when I meant fuck conversations. Oh, bro. Bad.
Life without technology is fucked, bro.
No, actually,
Yeah.
like if he spoke about people's, I mean,
You know, even for like earlier, it was like, which was our schools and colleges which hated tech. You know, you can't use even in Sibalk, right? So just people who don't know us, just giving a context, all 4 of us are from a same, like we studied in same college, and that's why we became friends. It's called Keli Sibalk, blah blah blah. It's in a town called Belgaum. So even in our college, right, they used to ask us to not bring phones. If you remember the first year, right?
But I don't think that's a tech thing.
Yeah.
It's
And
because
you know what?
a lot of people misuse phones as well.
And one good perspective, one of our judges for CBL, what he told me was, like slightly off maybe, but one thing that I took off by not jumping to phone or tech every time I had a problem was because it gave me a line of thought of my own. So that is one thing one of the judges in CBL, that the CBL is a competition more like IPL, but with management events like HR marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
So there,
The full form is Sibalk Business League.
yeah. So that one of the judges there told me this. So that actually made me channel first and then see if the other information coincides, and then later draw my assumptions and create my own other branches. So just put this out, hit me.
That's, yeah, I get it. I mean, I get that part. But if you, like, just before COVID, right, tech or phone used to be something, our parents or everyone used to hate. Like, even teachers they used to taunt us because if we use phone, or it was kind of, a bane, it was considered.
I don't think it's like that. It's actually, see, each and every time any tech has come into humans' life, each and every time they have denied it only, and later they
Had to adapt
slowly adapt to it.
Exactly. That's
But
the
there's a
point.
buffer to India because
Yeah.
whatever latest comes, it comes in the States, right? We now it's like we are adapting the Western culture a lot. I think this podcast is the outcome of Western culture starting a podcast, and it's done in States way ahead of time, right? So I think it's what Rahul says. I somewhat agree with him because as COVID hit, the adaption of tech increased.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not that tech was not there and
just
we were
saying
denying it. We just didn't use it because it was not a necessity for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zoom calls, IT, it blew up, bro.
Yeah.
Because
It's
everybody
the
was in
way
the-
people looked at tech, right?
Huh.
It used to be a bane. Now they understand why it is good.
Now it's an enabler. More
Exactly.
from a pain
Now
to an
nothing
enabler.
happens without tech, bro.
Yeah.
And the adaptation of tech, if you think of it, goes back to the times of Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita as well. Because I don't know which serial or episode I was looking at, but someone was looking at a Mahabharata or a Bhagavad Gita serial, maybe Ramayana as well. I don't know the exact thing, but there was a female who was speaking to a god through a mirror, and that female could see that god's face in the mirror. So don't you think that's a ancient times FaceTime call?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Even Vimana, right?
Yeah, even Vimana, Pushpaka Vimana that you say
Exactly.
is the kind of the chariot that they speak of, the flying Ravana when he abducted Sita and all. So that is the aeroplane of their days.
Their days.
And some of the references in Discovery Plus's Ancient Aliens actually brings this up. So
Ancient Aliens is a
they speak
great
of
series,
how
bro.
these Vimanas also kind of gave the line of thought that yes, this is possible, and then we could go actually and implement it in the real world.
Flight is possible. Yeah.
FaceTime, like you said, is a really good reference.
My mother used to, like since I was a kid, right? My mother used to, narrate me this lot of like mythological stories, and all of them involved these texts, right? We don't realize it because it's said or written as something superficial or something mythical.
Yeah, something with someone with supernatural powers executing it,
exactly.
not humanly possible.
But we don't know if that is this, right? Because a sound like mythologies are considered mythologies because they are passed through word of mouth, right? They are passed down as narration, not
right.
Yeah.
There's no documentation for everything.
And even if there is a documentation, it's more of a principle and what you can say, a religious side of it. I think they forgot to explain the scientific part of it, or maybe
I think there's
it's
a lot
the thing with Hinduism and us as Hindus. It's like we really don't know our scriptures. We really are not. We are just now trying to get into all the.
I think
Vedas and
documentation
things
part
like-
is, I think, there. It's just that it's
I'm saying scientifical documentation part.
The documentation is there. What I think is, initially, I think even if they didn't have science, they went through experiences and then they wrote it that yes, this was the experience that they had after this. Now what we are doing is we're trying to find science behind that particular thing.
because we're looking at the past from the present.
Yeah, precisely. When I say
Yeah.
documentation makes sense. Now that we are looking at something that happened way before, which is not executable now, I think we find it as magical.
Now that we have airplanes, we know that in the past they had mentioned airplanes, right? So there may be other technologies in those ancient scriptures or designs or whatever sculptures you call them, right? There may be some technology that they might have mentioned, but we haven't figured it out in the present. That's why we don't know that it's...
we don't look at it from that lens.
Yeah, exactly. My point was key. What we do as even as kids, right? There were a lot of pujas and paths that happen in our household, but we don't really question the science behind it or the logic behind it, but rather we are always told ki okay, we do this because of this. And there is, when you talk about religion, there is always this narrative of principles and morals part, right? But I think, and this is what even I have not been very good at reading our scriptures and stuff like that. Even I'm not very fond, like I haven't put my time in those things, but the stories I have listened to and the information I have received recently is that everything that we do, even for the this part, for the sculptures part, why we keep God ka murti and stuff, right? Everything has a logic and science backed data to it, which is actually in Vedas and Puranas, as I'm like, that's what I'm assuming, right? Because I still don't know. That's what I need to do, because I'm very intrigued by our mythology, our stories, and also the devices and innovation that happened back then.
I think that's not the case with our, we people as well. Because you had told me a story of the modern Pandit that, he was doing some things and you questioned him, why are you doing this? He got offended, like, bro. Because he didn't know, right? Obvious answer.
So I think their initial line of thought is that, why the hell are you asking me this? Than to educate me or educate us to make us understand why. Because if you see, when I went to Rishikesh, there was this one incident I want to share with everyone. I met a guy who's 20 years old or something, and that dude was staying with us in that hostel. So just after a couple of days of interaction, on the second day or something, we were just traveling around, and then I was asking him about things in and around Rishikesh. So he comes up to me and normally while talking, we brought this idol worship thing up. So I'm like, do you know why we worship idols? Because neither did I know, but that I don't know if what inspired me or what put that thought in me. I just asked him, do you know? And he had a beautiful answer. He's like, in our life or in our environment, everything around the world, there are some things that we hold utmost respect and regard to. So if you look at something like water is very precious. Now people are talking about saving water and shit like that. Okay. Now sunlight is precious. knowledge is precious, money is precious, you respect it, you value it. So he said our ancestors thought that these things should be respected and should be held in high regard and valued. So they gave different names: Lakshmi, money; Saraswati, knowledge; and sun, Surya; water, Jala, Bhumi, and all of that stuff. So now Sadhguru talks about saving soil, earth, that is Bhumi, and all of that. So they put this ideologies of some important factors that are in our nature behind an idol, but our foolish people going down the line started worshipping the idol than the ideology behind it.
Exactly.
And then later that got
I think
flushed
they
down.
personified the whole concept.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
the whole personification itself was done because of, to prevent whatever that's happening
Whatever
now.
is happening now.
Yeah.
So you look at it in the
And
lens of...
if you look at it from a perspective of that way, water purification, right, is also a kind of worship then.
Yeah, it is.
Correct?
It is.
Because Elon Musk was speaking about this, right? We have 1 to 2% drinking water in the whole world, and rest of it is salted, right? Elon Musk said that's not at all difficult to purify salt water into drinking water. So I think what Elon Musk is doing is worship.
He's worshipping. So he's just cleansing whatever has been done by a lot of other people.
And he's also getting a lot of salt.
Yeah, he's making money and he's also giving us free.
I think UAE is already doing it, right?
Yeah.
They are.
What is the process? Desalination.
Yeah,
Desalination.
So वो लोग already ये कर रहे हैं.
Yeah.
What they do is.
Oh, it's desalination or?
Yeah.
I thought it's distillation, na?
Distillation is different. Distillation is extracting the purest form of water out of all.
Yeah. So I think that's how they do it. They distill the water first and then add salts to it.
They're trying to extract the salt. Like they.
No. When you wait. What he says makes sense because you can't drink distilled water.
You can't partially extract salt as well, right?
You can extract salt.
Partially.
Yeah, that is what Gandhi did. I mean, what salt? I'm not aware. But dude, separate salt.
Bro, that's not extract, that's exploit.
Point.
Crazy. Like
No, but
when we are
it's a joke, obviously.
Wait, all of the Gandhian fans, I'm not sorry. Yeah. Continue.
Gandhians, I remember like should we I think we should suggest this movie to the viewers, right? Like if you want to watch some good movie from South, there is this Tamil movie called Mahan. It's such an OP movie. I think that's the best. That is one of the best Indian movies ever. Like
I like that movie.
Hands down, I agree with him.
I really like that movie.
It's really amazing.
You watched the Mahan too, right?
Yeah, we made him watch recently.
I watched it recently when I loved it.
Yeah.
Great film.
Yeah.
I think why we loved it is in some way or the other we are rebels, right? We always question ideologies of people. And in that movie, the person is from a Gandhi family. I will not give you a lot of spoilers. He's from a Gandhi family who doesn't, have no relation with liquor at all, but questions his own ideologies and gets into a liquor business. I think that's the whole reason we liked it.
Yeah, and the way they portrayed the ideology or the ideas or two perceptions as two characters, and that character faced each other, and how that in the end, right? Even at the end of the movie, the only message you will see that there is no right or wrong. It's just subjective, and there is only gray of things, right?
Yeah.
And but also there is a line where you need to draw a key. Okay, in the name of good, if you think you're doing good and you do some bad stuff, right? I mean, sorry. Let me put it in a
better way. I think I can.
Yeah,
I can probably put it in a better manner. What Gandhi, not our Gandhi, the actor Gandhi.
The name of the character is Gandhi in the movie.
That he had a liquor business, right? Of course.
Yeah.
He says. So he was from a Ghanaian family. His wife leaves him because
You're
gets
giving too much spoilers.
No, there are no spoilers. मतलब अभी तक तो नहीं है, but yeah, giving you some context. His wife goes the route of the original Gandhi, right? And this guy starts a liquor business. And at the end, where in some
After all the
probably
drama and
after all the interval, you
chiller.
can say, he goes to his wife and he says one thing to her. I never ask people and I never force down liquor down people's
Down
throat.
their throats.
You make your ideologies
You
and you
force
try
it
to
down.
force them down our
True.
throats. That's where you're wrong. And I
Yeah.
think I related with it a lot.
That is that part of the movie is the core aspect of the movie, and you spoiled it for the people. But still, yeah.
Still, there's a lot you can.
Yeah, there's a lot that way. But what Omkar said precisely is the crux of the movie. That
Yeah.
part, it like hit me.
Exactly.
I started questioning everything that was shoved down from my parents.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Even the role of Krishna in Mahabharata or his entire existence was he did a lot of bad things like war or anything, but he did it in the name of good, right? So he says what you think, what you say doesn't balance your karma. It's what you do, your actions, and how it affects others and how it affects people around you is what really matters. So actions are the only things that will decide your fate. So I think that's where the line is. What are you doing to the people with the things you are putting out to the world, right? What is the what you can say impact? So if you're doing something and it is hurting people like financially or emotional hurt, I think that's totally different. But I'm just saying.
One more thing, when like in my family, when I used to talk to my parents about or my dad about like just business, I once told him I want to put up a hookah parlor. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, no, I'm thinking of, just had this idea. He's like, hookah and liquor are something that I'd not recommend or I wouldn't do myself. I asked him why. He's like, a lot of families lose their sons, daughters, husbands or whatever to this shit. Then that was my first line of thought. After this movie, then there's the other line of thought. You see, this is the part I'm talking about, where now I know no one's shoving liquor down their throat. People are willingly going and
Exactly.
getting it. So yeah.
Bro, I came up with this weird business idea when I was in 7th. Okay. And right, I'm in 7th, bro. Like, kitna hi acha rahega. I took this small stool. I was good at drawing. So I started making tattoos with watercolors on people's hands. And I used to take 2 rupees for one tattoo. I got my first customer, bro. He was my friend only at that time. So he came, I drew a Michael Jackson on his hand with a watercolor. My parents got to know, bro.
And they beat the shit out of you.
They beat the shit out of me. Kya kar raha hai? Because my house, I used to stay in a small house pehle. Like 8th we shifted, but in 7th I was 6th, 7th I was there. The beating I got that day, bro. I never ever thought of starting something like that.
But he still did.
Yeah, but again.
But I inked myself. So yeah.
See, that's the fucking problem with the generation of our parents, I'm assuming. I'm not saying that's the problem, that's their fault or, that's the wrong thing they do. I think that's how they were brought up. See, every billionaire in US or every young person who made it always had that instinct of entrepreneurship when they were kids, right? Like this guy had. So rather than, squeezing them into, no, just study and do something. If they would have, boosted it. Like.
Our problem is we are looking at two different things from, different worlds.
Exactly.
अभी हम अगर हमारे पेरेंट्स का जनरेशन देखेंगे ना, see they are coming from slavery, they are coming from an industrial age. Okay. So,
age where recession happened usually.
So and even you see now talking from a little finance perspective, उनके टाइम पे कैसा था, say FDs and everything, they paid good returns, right? And they had a little what they say. Less risk appetite. उनका risk appetite कम था because उन्होंने पूरा वो
because they came from the loss. They were born from the loss.
वो सब देखा है, right? Whereas if you talk about US, no, वो they will go about, right?
Exactly.
So अभी जैसा इंडिया, अभी now see now we all हमारे में वो risk taking ability है. But then our parents did not have it.
Yeah. Even I'm definitely not saying it's the problem. The way they were brought up, right? Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a problem until it's not.
Yeah.
Because I look at it from a different perspective. To be honest, मेरे को भी बहुत सुनाते थे. You know, I dropped out, bro. तो उसके पहले सुनाते थे. तो just imagine if I dropped out in COVID. COVID just started and I dropped out of college, right? When you are nowhere, there'll be a lot of people who will be speaking, not only your parents. And I read a quote from Ankur Warikoo a few days ago. If you want to keep a good relation with your parents, move out. Because
you'll be saving the relationship.
yeah, because I agree with Sudhanshu, the perceptions are different, but it's a problem until it's not.
Yeah, because
At the point you start making money,
that's
they
what I
don't
was
give a
coming
shit
down to.
about you, bro.
The time the buck starts falling on the table, no one will speak shit. Especially the parents. Why? You also see they want the utmost best for you.
Exactly.
Okay. So they, in their perspective, like Sudhanshu said, there is only one streamline, or there's only one way where they think this is possible until and unless
The
you prove otherwise.
risk-free way.
Yeah, the risk-free way. And once you start putting the buck on the table without their way of what they thought, so then it's like, okay, so this is also possible. So then they are open. Then they're like, okay, fine, chill, you do whatever the fuck you want to do.
I think we can spin this topic off
Yeah.
because he didn't have much interest in cryptocurrencies, right? I had a lot because there was money in it. I used to, I had got a build done, right? A PC build done, and you can mine bitcoins. So spinning this topic off, I wanted to ask you guys, in your early stages, what did you do to earn money? Whatever it may be.
I sold shoes.
You sold shoes.
Yeah, I sold shoes. I sold shoes.
Your-
I didn't manufacture shoes, so
So you were doing the flipping shoes
flipping
before it
shoes
was a
kind of
trend
thing.
in India.
Yeah, so let's say
क्योंकि
I was in
अभी
my
बहुत
college.
trend हो रहा है वो.
I was in my college, so
it's like the shoe business and the particular models are exactly treated as a token NFT.
Bro, people are saying.
that's how it's gone down.
I think Rahul told me if you invest in. I think Tanishq told me if you invest in the shoe economy, it's giving you more returns than Nifty 50.
Exactly. If you have some pair of Jordans, some limited edition pair of Jordans, right? Some limited pair of Jordans.
Like Jordan 1s and all.
Exactly after 6 months, you can have the same like Jordan appreciated for like 30%. That's what is the return.
Yeah,
But you have to be an expert.
because it's a rarity. So
Yeah.
the rarity factor brings in that expensiveness.
And also there's a story behind like these shoes, right? Like Yeezys has Kanye's story. And
Yeah.
I think now currently the most popping shoes are Travis Scott's wale. I'm not a shoe geek. I don't know much about it, but
how much Jordan sells?
yeah.
I don't think Scott sells that much. Now, I don't know about the actual figures, but the hype about Jordans is too much because anyone I see around,
Bro, Scott, see what, like this is the best thing about Michael Jordan's business, right? Air Jordans is the only like most of the celebrities, right? They don't make Nike X Scott, they make Nike Jordan X Scott, right? And for every shoes that's sold under the name of Jordan, Michael Jordan gets 30 or 60 cents of it. And obviously he's a fucking billionaire, so makes a lot of sense. But I think that's one, like, if you think about it, there are a lot of things we don't know about. Like, the shoe market is actually popping off and India is like getting really high. There is this YouTube channel called Main Street, and I was bored of watching a lot of content, so I just scrolled through this particular YouTube
He
channel.
watches a lot of content.
yeah, he watches a lot of content.
Bro, the amount of content he consumes.
That is one thing I picked from the dude, bro.
We collectively can't consume that much amount of content.
I actually picked that up from you, like,
Yeah.
really. So I made it a point looking at him that I'll have to watch these many videos a day. I put that in because I was not like an avid content consumer. I used to selectively consume content based on either situations or if I found something interesting or I heard about it, I wanted to learn about it, but not just because I really wanted to like understand and consume content. I picked that up from you, bro.
See, you know why I do that? I just have like these. See, there is the image you make of yourself in your head, and you say you like this, you don't like this, and these are the things, right? But whenever I watch content, I have what you can say, a revelation in my head. Ki, okay, this is not how it's supposed to be. Okay, I get another perspective on it. So
You branch out into the concept.
yeah, so I
He
get deep
makes
into
so
it.
many branches, he forgets which branch he was on.
Not like that. It's just I am trying to gain more perspective.
You randomly start stumbling upon more
Yeah,
stuff.
I
after
just
finding
like
out about
the
those.
idea of not being on a side, having that.
The selfish benefit that we three have is that he filters out bad content and good
Yeah,
content
he
for
gives
us.
us good stuff.
He gives us good stuff to watch.
Good movie series,
Yes.
good Netflix shows.
Oh, that's visual content. But the content he consumes, he gives me all the bad stuff only.
I've looked at memes that you guys share. I really fucking hate you guys for sharing those pathetic Hindi memes. 80,000 में तेरे घर जाएगा क्या कर
Laude 80,000.
This, only one person has the right to say this. That is Tanishq.
Okay, Tanishq is our manager slash DOP slash BTS guy. He's also Omkar's brother and
वो वाला BTS नहीं है, Korea वाला. We hate them.
behind the scenes wala
Behind the
guy.
scenes wala guy.
And he manages all the things. He's looking up, like he is onto the technical things. and
The
he
BTS
does the
audience
post-production.
spamming our comments.
Yeah.
All the Papa ki pariya.
Hey, I know one by name, bro. You want me to call it out?
Who, bro? exactly. Even I had her in my mind.
Oh yeah, I had to unfollow her because of the lot of influx in BTS content.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, I had a great conversation with her when the Demon Slayer was airing, right?
Yeah, probably the only thing that she watches falls into our category of what we watch.
Yeah.
Me,
Bro, Demon Slayer is really good. Right?
Demon Slayer is.
I mean, the story-wise, it's still like very anime-ish, but the animation is so good, bro. The VFX and animation in that. Not VFX, but the animation is. I think that's the best, like, currently. But I think Jujutsu Kaisen has a lot of potential.
I loved Demon Slayer after watching Uzui's and that who is that guy?
He hasn't seen
Gyutaro.
Gyutaro.
Upper Moon 6.
Upper Moon 6.
Yeah. That animation,
The fight.
I got hard, bro, looking at it. That's how
You know
good
they
it was.
had $18 million
You
as
got?
budget for
I mean,
single episode.
I got hard, I said, looking at the animation.
Oh, okay.
It should be mostly his thing, but I was like fascinated. I was like, dude, this is
Bro.
just amazing.
You and me are the same person, bro.
Just black and white, I'm assuming.
Different shades, but yeah.
There has to be balance.
Yeah.
There has to be balance.
You know, they had their budget for single episode, the production budget was like $18 million. I mean, more or less.
I think the best scene I liked is where the Upper Moon 6, the girl, she starts having visions.
Yeah.
After Tanjiro gets up.
Correct.
Bro.
Once he does that fire breathing shit.
The
Yeah.
goosebumps.
Definitely.
It was, and
She starts shivering, right?
She
Yeah.
starts
She says,
shivering.
"This is not from these are not my memories. These are somebody else's
Even
memories."
though it wasn't her memory,
Yeah.
she was shivering.
She was
bro.
shivering.
Just imagine the dilemma she was in.
Yeah.
She's fucked, bro.
Yeah. That moment.
I'm
she
just
realized
I'm just
she's fucked.
waiting. I'm just waiting when they'll put in more light on that part of the story.
I think.
I think
that's
the
gonna
next
be the
show.
most important.
I think I don't think next season.
Guys, I don't know. I don't know if you relate to it, but I am this weird kind of a guy. If the anime I like stops airing new episodes, I'm like, fuck it, I'll read the manga. I can't.
You can't have like.
There is no
Yeah.
patience. There is no patience.
Yeah, there's no absolute patience. I just go ahead and read the manga.
I did that for Attack on Titan.
And you know what? I
he
enjoy.
spoiled it for us.
Yeah,
bro.
that's what I do too. I just go about announcing.
I hate that shit, bro.
And you know what?
Because I'm very invested in show.
Yeah.
I'm not a patient person, but I make myself patient.
Patient, yeah.
Even for the Jujutsu Kaisen, right? The movie has been released and there is this theater print on internet, right? I go like every weekend or like once or twice in a week, I go and check the website if the HD is uploaded or not. And I still see it.
And this fucker, I told him, कि there's Dragon Ball Super in PVR Kolhapur. It's 2 hours away, bro. आजा मेरे साथ. नहीं मैं ड्रैगन बॉल फॉलो नहीं करता. सेम केस वॉज विद जुजुत्सु काइसन. इट वॉज इन PVR एवरीवेयर. आई वॉन्टेड टू सी इट बट देयर वर नो पीपल विथ मी टू सी इट. आई थिंक द डे आई केम टू बैंगलोर आई वॉन्टेड टू वॉच जुजुत्सु काइसन.
We also planned.
But you were busy
Wait.
in your job.
No.
Yeah.
No, he said I have a link,
Yes.
and then he sent you the theater print wala link.
Yeah, because I watched the theater.
मैं तो
print.
देखा है
हाँ, मैं तो देखा है.
भाई कैमरा वो 720 मोटोरोला से निकाल रहा है वो.
Exactly.
मुझे स्टोरी समझ में आ रहा है. मैं एनिमेशन छोड़ के मांगा पढ़ने जाता है तो सोचा अगर मेरे को थोड़ा सादा
अबे I understand about normal movies, but तो animation movies low quality में कैसे देख सकता है भाई?
अबे वो मैं तुझे कैसा समझाऊं? How do I make you
अबे
understand?
it's more like the visuals are the best thing. Right?
Yeah, I know you jizz on visuals, but I jizz on the story.
Fuck bro, what the fuck are we talking?
What?
I said you jizz on the visuals, I jizz on the story.
You guys have to jizz on different things, bro. You're jizzing on stories and animation.
I just on neither. Not story, not like visuals, but not the anime wala visuals.
No, what really happened that day was Kishan told us that yes, laga hai, and then he showed us the prices.
No.
I think prices सिर्फ तेरे को फर्क पड़ता था बे. इन्हें देखता था फिर भी.
Wait, I'll tell you
I
something.
wanted to watch the movie.
After that, we went bowling. We spent more on bowling and all of the other stuff than we'd ever spent on that movie.
अबे if you watch Jujutsu Kaisen season 1 ना, तू 500 रुपए दे के देखता चल मूवी. उतना अच्छा है वो शो. मस्त है. बहुत भारी है.
We went bowling, bro, in Bangalore, and I was bowling for the second time. It was in the go-karting
The
place.
grips.
Where you
The
broke
grips.
your fucking phone.
Yeah, where I
Yeah,
broke
where he
my
broke
fucking
his
phone.
fucking phone.
I never leave a chance where I can make him, realize that he ruined his phone.
Before we went there, I think we had a conversation. I also asked you, I think, why don't you use a case?
He said that ऐसा ही अच्छा लगता है. Sleek लगता
अबे
है.
you know what happened? I used
Just
to use my.
I think to give people
Yeah,
context, मैं phone without case use करता था because he was using his phone without case, right? And we were having this project.
it because he's.
I know that, bro, but when he told ना कि केस डाल के यूज करेगा फिर मजा कहाँ से आएगा ब्रो. इट रियली हिट मी. लाइक हम पूरा हमारा जिंदगी फोन को केस डाल के यूज करते हैं.
Exactly.
वी नेवर रियली एक्सपीरियंस द actual design or the sleekness of the phone, as you say.
I still don't use case, bro. I never liked using case or cover.
But the problem,
Still use direct.
but the issue is, see, I think this is how my
That is
phone
the issue.
now. No, the issue was मेरे हाथ से
Fuck
कभी
it,
नहीं
I am
गिरा.
rich.
That's not the point, bro. You don't know how depressed I was that day.
Yeah, it just wasn't reflected.
And the thing was, I lost my AirPods, bro.
You didn't lose your AirPods. It was
Yeah.
down there somewhere.
Yeah, but at
Yeah.
that that moment of
yeah, you
time,
lost it.
I realized कि हाँ, I might have lost
Umkar
my.
is very untidy guy, and he's very nonchalant about everything in his life, except his tech, except his laptops, phones, and his computers and stuff like that.
Yeah, but giving you context, this is the situation of my phone now. And मैं जब मैं normally use करता था, but we were go karting, and I don't know क्या किस्मत था मेरा वो दिन.
किस्मत क्या नहीं था, जिपर डालने भूला तू साले.
वही ना, obviously जिप डालने भूला तो वो फोन गिर के.
नहीं, मैं क्यों केस डालता है बोल, क्योंकि मेरे ऐसे सिचुएशंस नहीं हुए. मैं खुद गिराया हूँ, कुछ किया हूँ, मतलब मोस्टली इन मेंटेनिंग थिंग्स हैव बीन इररिस्पांसिबल ऑल थ्रू आउट. उसके वजह से आई डोंट गिव अ फक अबाउट द डिजाइन. आई वांट माय फोन इन वर्किंग कंडीशन. Yeah, so I'm like ठीक है, let me use it with the case.
For me, it ruins the experience. मेरे को केस
Maybe.
लगा के यूज करना अच्छा नहीं लगता.
Because
you know what? Case,
Bro, if you have the money, use it.
Yeah, the times
without
I
cover.
used it without the case, I only ruined my pockets.
Oh,
So
yeah. You're not very careful with it, and you guys call me rash, fuckers.
Bro, he is rash.
I mean,
I all of a
He
sudden
is.
remembered something.
Huh.
When Omkar asked, how did you make money? I did not want to answer, but now I think I should.
yeah.
I sketched and painted for people.
Oh,
that sounds like someone I know.
Yes, exactly.
A lot of people I know.
I got you.
Okay, but that's a really good thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be a good thing. Obviously.
I think
It is.
I think my first bucks were like very recent. Graphic designing again, 2 or 3 years ago, 3-4 years ago.
Mine sold shoes straight up. My friend's brother.
Did you sell shoes that your parents had bought?
No,
you?
not flipped my own shoes. So there was this friend of mine whose brother in Srirampura, an area in Bangalore, which is known for having smuggled goods or aftermarket or factory reject pieces. So they had all this nice Supra,
Bangalore ka
Nike.
Chor Bazaar.
Bangalore ka Chor Bazaar, samajh lo. So that time he used to get all of these cool stuff. So I once saw him flaunt his new Supra. So it was in
Supra?
Supra.
Yeah.
Is that a
It's a
Supra?
shoe.
Oh.
It's a shoe brand too.
Okay.
So
We got excited.
Is that a Supra?
if I was dealing in Supras when I was back in 12th, then I wouldn't probably,
Sitting here also.
maybe.
You would have a G-Wagon now.
Yeah, I'd have a G-Wagon now. No,
I don't talk to brokies.
No, I wouldn't probably have met you guys also. I'd still be there.
Bro, you would have been in the cool gang. What do you say?
We'll come back to the cool. So this Supra fucking guy, so I asked him, how much did you buy these for? He quoted me a price which felt very reasonable to me because I knew what a fucking Supra is because I was a little brand concerned, still am, kind in some stuff. It does really matter to me. So that time I asked him.
It should matter.
Yeah, I like my stuff, some of my stuff like that. So now coming back to that, so this guy tells me he gets it to a very reasonable price and I ask him how and stuff. I buy one pair of shoe myself. I go to college without any thought of selling it. I just go to college. People ask me, where do you get it from? I'm like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Now I'll do this shit. So then I went back to my friend. So that is where this started.
The hustle
And-
started.
Yeah, the hustle started. And I even, this was my first LinkedIn post.
Did you stop it?
Yeah, I stopped it because he got busted.
Oh, he got busted.
Yeah, he got busted.
You
So
find
that-
another supplier, bro.
No, we couldn't. So there were these colonies in Srirampura, the small stores where they used to do this stuff.
You
So
would have,
they
you would have done
collectively
big time, bro, on Instagram.
they collectively got busted, and that time back then, Instagram was not the thing.
Oh.
Okay, so it was Facebook. It is my first LinkedIn post, and I have put up screenshots showing what that journey of my first marketing story. I didn't even know what the fuck marketing was. I didn't knew it with zero knowledge of it. Just walked into the college with my shoes.
You know the funny thing, I still don't have a LinkedIn account. I don't have a LinkedIn account, bro. Seriously.
A lot of people don't, but I built it. I want to build a LinkedIn account. That was my first story because I really wanted to put that out. After coming here, getting exposed, then I'm like, bro, that was my first success. I didn't even acknowledge it myself.
Yeah. And most of the times we do marketing in our lives, which we don't realize.
Yeah, you don't realize.
The best part about marketing is, the worst part you can say, as in initially when in our childhood हम ऐसे शर्माते नहीं थे यार मार्केट करने के लिए anything like I've sold tops Bugra I've bought it for 7 rupees I've sold it for 7 rupees
Bugra, we used to have Bugra battles
yes
later.
Yeah. We've done all those things but as in now I think now abhi bhi now I'm becoming conscious while saying things while doing things as in now we grow up now I think we stop marketing वो आना बंद होता है
Or you mostly say that you stop putting out the real self of you that actually speaks for yourself.
Yes.
You get conscious, makes sense.
But I don't know, bro. I'm honest like that. Ki if I want to sell something, I'll sell it.
A lot of people do.
Because I came to that conclusion after fucking up a lot in my
So
life.
you sold because you wanted to make money or because you were,
I wanted to make money
You wanted to make
See, ultimately,
Yeah.
I also wanted to make money. So that point, when he asked me, how much did you get it for? Where did you get it? The first thing that struck me was dollars, bro. Now I'm gonna ball in college.
I was
So that was the thing.
I was conservative on that manner because
Okay.
I never thought as a businessman, right? I never thought about that concept of making money as a business guy because I always used to think कि हाँ मैं खुद काम कर लूँगा मैं ज़्यादा काम कर लूँगा मैं ज़्यादा पैसे कमाऊँगा बट द डे आई फिगर्ड आउट कि हाँ दिस इज व्हाट बिजनेस गाइज डू the whole thing flipped.
Yeah, the game flipped. You now make more money than you used to do before working alone.
Yeah. And I work less. I work less now.
To be honest, I was not even like exposed to these concepts and you can make money and stuff till I came to Sibal. I didn't even know like the perspective of making money or the idea of making money was not even in my head.
Yeah, it was always,
I came from I don't know, my parents didn't expose it to me and I went to a really backward kind of a school. There was not a lot of exposure and shit like that. But I think Sibal guy picked up, paced up
It is not only you. I think 90% of us there, even we, हमको यही बोला गया कि first complete your graduation, do your masters, then you will start making money.
Money making घर पे जो बोलते, that's not the thing. कौन कितना भी बोलने दे, you will not do something. It's only when you will feel कि तेरे को चाहिए, that's why you will do it, right?
मैं बोल रहा हूँ वैसा environment कभी create नहीं हुआ है.
But school में था ना, you went to very well off school and there were kids who did really well.
That's actually not the case. Business was never.
No, I'm not talking about
percentage
business.
of
I'm talking
was
about the
very
awareness about money, right? I went to very backward school. Nobody had shit in my school, right? So there was nothing for me to think, okay, there is this brand, or okay, there are things, materialistic things or something like that.
A few people might hate me saying this, but this is true. Not your school. I think any school in India, they don't teach you about finances.
I'm not saying about teaching, bro. I'm just saying
It's also not
at
about making money.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you know what? I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Even though I went to a decent school, वो बिजनेस एस्पेक्ट और एक्सपोजर तो नहीं था ब्रो.
नहीं था, मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ. तो सोशल स्टेटस समझता है, पैसा समझता है बे. जब तू दूसरे बंदे को देखता है नहीं ज्यादा पैसे के साथ and the way he carries himself, that's when you realize कि okay, you still are not that, there is something missing in your life. वो मेरे साथ 18 years old हुआ देख तब हुआ. That's what I'm saying. 18 नहीं, PUC भी, but that's when I was exposed to this whole concept कि okay, there is this differentiation of wealth and there are rich people, there are poor people. Personally, मतलब पता था कि हाँ अमीर लोग रहते हैं, गरीब लोग रहते हैं, but वो personally मेरे को समझा कि oh shit, मैं भी अमीर बन सकता है, but ये difference है, ऐसा respect अलग दिया जाता है पैसे वाले लोगों को. There is this.
But I think we learned it through movies. Don't you think? I think, मतलब as much as I remember you watched a lot of movies, right?
Yeah.
You were into Hollywood.
Yeah.
So it has to come from somewhere.
Yeah, bro. Movies marketed a lot of shit. They marketed Devdas. They marketed depression to me. Fucking movies. At least all the young depressed dudes, movies marketed depression to them.
Bro, they glorified romance.
Yeah.
They glorified breakups also.
Hey, they've glorified relationships, bro.
अरे भाई.
They're real में.
Tell me more about it. Tell me more about it.
See, now I only think from the perspective of profit loss or good growth or not, descent, something on that lines, right? Not very very capitalistic, but I'm saying for me, if I'm making a decision or if something, I'm looking at something and I'm extracting something out of it, my only perspective is growth or not growth. So I think that's exactly the.
एक क्वेश्चन है मेरे को तुम तीनों को भी पूछना था. हाँ. Not on podcast, हम हमेशा जब ऐसे मिलते हैं ना, we talk about money, right?
हाँ.
Why are you motivated to make money? हमदा. To make more money.
I'll tell you.
ऐसा वो क्या drive है या वो क्या reason है?
My reason I'll tell you. Yesterday I met with an accident. I mean not a major accident.
Yeah. We saw the photos.
Yeah.
हाँ.
So I
not
don't.
a major accident.
Nothing new though.
At all.
Nothing new though.
Yeah, I've always been having accidents, bro. Whether it be girls, whether it be cars, whether it be bikes. A lot of fucking accidents.
You accidentally fall into there.
Ask your dad if you are an accident.
No. I was born to make accidents. So now, where I shouldn't be in a position where, ठीक है, works, let it be. Next day I want to go somewhere, okay, fuck off. That is the kind, for me, it is motivation for money is to be able to make decisions as and when I want. And I want, it is more of independence for me. Act out of independence than be bound by something. Yeah, freedom, mostly freedom. So my motivation for money is freedom.
What's yours?
I think there's a very weird thing with me, right? I don't start working for something unless it's a need for me. And it's a very fucked up thing about me कि I don't always look at growth. तो I am from a middle class family, right? Of course. तो अगर मेरे को घर में बोलते थे I have a very rebellious attitude, right? Like रावला जैसा, right? ये मत कर, करने वाला करने वाला
So ये एपिसोड में भी अभी एक्सप्लेन करो क्या है वो करके.
Now here's the connection between what you were speaking, materialistic world and me. There was a bridge between that. That bridge was not built by my parents, correct? At least my parents used to not source the bricks to build the bridge. So what the fuck? I can't fly, right? I can't fly. I have to build that bridge. So I built the bridge. So it was out of a need.
Bro, but yeah.
It was out of a need.
Yeah, mostly like what was once a dream was now became a necessity, and you were compelled to act on it.
Yes.
नहीं,
I didn't have any option.
क्वेश्चन का थोड़ा इनडायरेक्ट थोड़ा सा अलग जा रहा है कि और ज्यादा पैसा बनाने के लिए क्या मोटिवेट करता है. बिकॉज हिज एंड माइंड इज सेम. हाँ, हिज एंड माइंड इज सेम कि मुझे भी ऐसा है कि कल उठ के मुझे कोई बोलना नहीं चाहिए कि बात तू ये कर या ये मत कर, या मेरा कुछ मन करे तो मैं करूँ, या मेरे पास वो टाइम हो वो चीज करने के लिए. दिस इज फ्रीडम, राइट? सो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ कि 100 करोड़ के बाद में 100 से 1000 करोड़ नहीं भी बनेगा तो भी हम ओके. समझ रहा है? बिकॉज देयर विल कम अ थ्रेशोल्ड इन माई लाइफ, नॉट दैट मैं खुद को अंडरमाइन कर रहा हूँ या मेरे पोटेंशियल को क्वेश्चन कर रहा हूँ, नहीं. But then I will have same freedom at 1000 crores and same freedom at 100. That is what I feel.
Okay, तू वो लाइन से पूछ रहा है. मैं सोच रहा था कि तू पैसा बनाने के लिए क्यों मोटिवेट.
He's not. I think he's not talking how you wanted to go from 0 to 60. He's talking कि तू 60 पे आने के बाद अच्छे स्पीड पे है. But why do you want to go 120?
Because I love the thrill.
You love the thrill. I have FOMO.
For
I have
me,
FOMO.
it's
60 पे है मैं. I'm going on 60.
सब लोग 100 पे जा रहे हैं.
Whether or not I'm fast enough, bro.
हाँ, but question exactly वो नहीं है.
क्या है?
पैसा ज्यादा बनाने को क्यों मोटिवेट होता है?
वही तो बोल रहा है मैं.
तेरे को टाइम क्यों
अमीर क्यों बनने का है.
अमीर क्यों बनने का है?
मेरे को हर एक लग्जरी ऑफ द वर्ल्ड टेस्ट करने का है.
मेरा वही है, सेम लाइक अमीर क्यों बनने का है इज सिंपल. बट मैं तुमको दो आंसर दे सकता है. एक कॉम्प्लेक्स आंसर मेरे को लगता है ऑफ कैमरा.
कॉम्प्लेक्स मत.
मतलब पर्सनल आंसर नहीं देता. तेरे छोटे से दिमाग को समझ में भी नहीं आएगा.
Oh, that there was a violation.
That one there was a violation.
Okay. Framed. Okay.
So, I think मेरा simple है. It's like there are so many like I think life as experience like बहुत लोगों का यही पर्सपेक्टिव रहेगा, राइट? देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स टू एक्सपीरियंस इन दिस वर्ल्ड, राइट? लाइक अ जेट स्की इन दुबई और थिंग्स लाइक दैट, द लग्जरी थिंग्स. ऑल्सो देयर आर थिंग्स लाइक वंस जे एल्वेरेज is a content creator, influencer. In his video, he said he was just on some podcast, I think Logan Paul's podcast. He shared a story where like he went to swim with whales in middle of nowhere in Atlantic Ocean and shit like that. So I think those experience are like need a lot of money, even for partying and scenes, right? I love partying. I love going to pubs and things like that. But I've not really been to pubs and shit when I was in college because I couldn't afford it. Now thoda bahut I can, but I think that's my major reason of why I want to become rich.
Amplify experience.
Yeah, like I want to experience different things in life. I want to do a lot of things. So like I want to learn how to fly a
Plane.
Yeah, plane.
Yeah.
Plane, not even plane. The fighter plane.
Yeah.
So these are the things I want to do. I want to drive F1 car or things like that.
Yeah.
So
How
I
do you
think
have super cars, bro?
owning-
मेरा उसके जैसा कुछ ऐसा एम्बिशन नहीं है, बिकॉज वॉट एवर ही स्पीकिंग ना इज समवॉट इन द रेलम ऑफ ट्रैवल एंड यू नो एक्सपीरियंसिंग स्टफ. मुझे थोड़ा ओवर हाइप्ड लगता है द ट्रैवल इंडस्ट्री.
Yeah, मेरे को
ठीक है,
भी.
ऐसे किए हैं अभी.
किए हैं अभी बिकॉज देर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल डूइंग इट, राइट?
Yeah.
ये यहाँ कहाँ कोपरे गली के कोपरे को जाके गए, हाँ चलो ब्लॉग करते हैं, झाड़ दिखाते हैं. नाउ there's no differentiating factor in that unless and until you're ready to spend a lot of money and go places, right?
Exactly.
क्योंकि I see these reels and मेरे को travel reels आना बंद हो गए हैं. The only content I get is meme content, gym content.
Pathetic Hindi meme content. 80,000 के जूते.
Might be pathetic
That's
for you.
that was one meme, bro.
That's one.
You
meme.
guys have
That's
shared
one.
hundreds of memes like that.
Bro, you're missing out on misogynistic memes, which are the best memes.
Misogynistic memes are the best.
Send them. I love them more now.
Bro, I send them every
Now that
time.
you're single.
हाँ भाई सिंगल हो गया है.
See, again, like building on his point, even I think I don't want to travel much and shit, bro. Like, I don't want to go and visit this country, this, that. But yeah, I want to have those rare experiences of life, Even we were watching ZNMD ka the diving wala scene, right? That's the thing, right? You don't feel life as in this moment.
I think contrary to his perspective. मैं वो करेगा उसके लिए पैसा नहीं कमाना चाहता है. मेरे पास पैसा आने के बाद मैं सोचेगा वो पैसे के साथ मैं अभी मज़ा क्या करेगा. मेरा पर्सपेक्टिव थोड़ा डिफरेंट है क्योंकि आई डोंट बिलीव इन ड्रीम्स करेक्ट. आई बिलीव इन गोल्स, बिलीव इन स्मॉल कंसिस्टेंट वर्क. जितना भी पैसा आएगा, जितना भी आई विल गिव माई बेस्ट, उतना पैसा आएगा, उससे मैं डिसाइड करेगा उसके आगे क्या करना है मुझे. बिकॉज देन there's a lot of मतलब बहुत लोग ऐसा करते हैं ब्रो. अभी suppose why people are stuck in the matrix as Andrew Tate says, right? The reason they are staying in the rat race is because they know कि अगला महीना मेरा पगार आने वाला है. अगले महीने का पगार अभी क्रेडिट कार्ड से खर्च कर देते हैं. So they can't escape the next month. So that's where I want to build upon कि it's okay to be ambitious. I totally understand it कि मुझे ये करना है वो करना है. But until and unless I get the money, I don't have to figure out what parts I want to do in my life because that over processes my brain. Even
He's working backwards, you are working
I
forwards.
know, my point was totally different. Like, I have ambitions, bro, and
And that's what
they
I'm
are
saying.
big
You're
fucking
working
ambitions.
backwards, he's working forward. So the strategy is not the problem. Either way it works. Either way it works.
I can disagree on this, saying ki I'm not saying exactly that. I'm just saying ki I want to have experiences in life, and that needs money, right? I'm not saying ki okay I want to do this, and that's why I want to earn money. But yeah, but ambition part again ki I have big fucking ambitions. I think like, and I truly believe ki I will achieve those. So yeah, and again building upon his point ki yeah, small steps is the best way to go about it.
It's just that ki you have I think your brain can cope up or consume content the way my brain can't.
Yeah.
Because the way I function is totally different, bro. मैं low power mode में function करता है most of the hours. Even when jokes happen or whenever we are doing conversations और तू कुछ तो मेरे को बोला. Have you ever noticed कि I have bursted out of anger or I have back answered you or I have become angry? Because I'm in low power mode. I don't want to process that information and then think of a reply because I know the outcome is nothing related to my life.
It's unnecessary.
I only go into performance mode when it matters. So this part, I'm not saying it's wrong. I just don't want to think about it because that will overcomplicate.
You are power efficient. He is using the outside force to fuel himself.
Yes.
So that is what I said, backwards and forwards.
I need that the way my brain functions because you guys have like the hands-on experience. I can't sit quiet. I can't sit and do something. Like my brain is very fickle. Like
You have a child's brain and that's a really good thing.
Yeah, I mean that for me, right? For example, the last time we were shooting the podcast, right? For me, how I get
before actually shooting the podcast.
Yeah.
Before actually shooting the podcast.
So, how I get energy is, so for example, you took a nap and you were like quiet for a while before getting into that zone, right? For me, I need to dance or I need to be wild. I need to jump around so that I get more energy. That's how my energy system works. If I sit quiet, I'll just sleep.
I'm sage mode.
Yeah, you're sage mode.
I'm sage
You're
mode.
like this when you needed this. Come back here.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. Only for that moment of time I use that power, and then I have to go back to my meditation just because I want to get my sage mode back.
Yeah.
So that's how I.
For me, the energy reserves like are totally different. I get more energy by spending energy. It's like
okay.
I hype myself up.
Get it. So you're more like
Yeah.
Nice.
Like last time I was doing push-ups or I was doing pull-ups and I was like irritating all of you, bugging you and things.
Without your pants on.
Also without my
also
t-shirts on.
without your t-shirts.
Because it's so fucking hot in this
Yeah.
room, right? So just giving you guys a context, there is no AC in this room. Neither can we turn on the fans
Because mic में disturbance आती है.
माइक में डिस्टर्बेंस आता है, लाइटिंग में डिस्टर्बेंस आता है
हाँ.
एंड लाइक
एक पॉइंट मुझे क्या पूछना था कि ये सिर्फ मेरे साथ होता है या इवन यू गाइस थिंक अबाउट दिस कि पहले मैं भी सोचता था ना, डायरेक्टली मैं सोचता था कि हाँ एक दिन मैं BMW 5 सीरीज लूँगा, एक दिन मैं इतने करोड़ का बंगला बनाऊंगा. बट देन जब ये जर्नी धीरे धीरे चालू हुई ना, तब रियलाइज हुआ कि हाँ बीच बीच में ये माइलस्टोन्स है. तो ये माइलस्टोन्स अभी तुम लोगों के दिमाग में आते हैं या सिर्फ
Definitely.
I think those are the most important ones because
That's your realistic approach to it.
yeah
I was just discussing this with Rahul कि अगर तेरे को BMW लेने का है, कब लेने का है बोल, specify the year. Tell me which year you want to buy a BMW. Reverse engineer that. अभी तेरे को इन्वेस्ट कितना करना पड़ेगा फॉर यू टू हैव दैट अमाउंट वेर यू कैन यूज दैट एज एन एसेट एंड गेट अ लोन ऑन दैट एसेट एंड देन बाय दैट BMW. That's what I figured out recently in business. My finances were fucked. First of all, 12th math fail. मुझे numbers जरा भी पसंद
Don't talk about. You are a really. You remember? Sorry to cut you in.
हाँ.
That day, all three of us were studying together for one of our. Which was that? QT.
financial
We were studying
accounting.
together.
Yeah, we were studying
Financial
together.
accounting.
Yeah, something like that. Something that
remember
involved
financial
math.
accounting.
हाँ.
You grasped the concept. You took it ahead. I was teaching both of you took it ahead the same way.
Yeah.
So you're not just because you're bad at math doesn't make you bad at finance.
Yeah,
Psychology of money. He says something really thing about this. It's like your perception of numbers is different. Money is different.
Numbers and money are different,
So
but
because I'm
what
a little
saying
too
is-
towards math, so it hurts my feelings and something.
numbers is intellect, finance is common sense.
Yeah.
I think how to say that?
Finance is behavior.
I used to never ever look at my finances, bro. Even when I used to take projects, आ गया हाँ ठीक है इसको I have this guy I'll give him some money I'll have some, but I never used to calculate things कि what's my profit margin, like how much revenue is gross revenue I'm making, how much net I'm making. I recently realized that.
I think that's what
when
I learned from
I
you.
started achieving my goals better because अगर मेरे को सुपरा लेने का है 10 साल में तो मेरे को अभी क्या करना है. मैं 5 साल सोचेगा नहीं भाई मेरे को सुपरा लेने का है. That's just in the back of my mind. I will not over process it. हाँ I may see Supra commercials every night.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm realistic about it. Q is because now I've set a goal. Now I know how much effort I have to put in now. I'll focus on that effort now, not on the goal.
Makes sense.
That's what I
That is-
realized recently. हाँ कि ये बहुत important है.
No, that is.
I think again
So
that's the
supporting your point कि there are small milestones.
Yeah, because
when you start reaching it.
when you start off,
Yeah.
the destination feels very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
And that people get into that syndrome of where they constantly look at the destination. ये पाथ भूल जाते हैं.
They
I was
forget
one of
to
them.
enjoy the
Yeah,
process.
I was one of them. I can like relate hard
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of
yeah.
that. I have had
Exactly
this
what I was
conversation with
about to say,
Rahul.
कि-
So I used to tell him, काम करने मन नहीं आता बे. है काम मुझे करना आता है. करने मन नहीं आता क्योंकि उसको मैं उधर का मैं इतना रोमांटिसाइज किया है नहीं. आई एम कन्विंसिंग माई सेल्फ दैट हो जाएगा रे.
हाँ.
हो जाएगा.
And you and I think we three were having a conversation where you were having a thought of procrastinating and you were procrastinating that thought.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I procrastinated thoughts on procrastination.
yeah.
the first time I said to him, he was like, "What kind of guy you are?"
Yeah.
And after a year, he says the same thing. Rahul, I'm doing the same.
I'm also doing the same thing. But
Yeah, exactly right. Even for me, right? I genuinely like I want to have like very impossible kind of ambitions. I have set like impossible kind of goals for myself, and I truly believe I can achieve them, right? But that what I learned from these two guys is कि when I focus that's you live, that is a fantasy world. I'm not saying you shouldn't dream big, or I personally dream very like big, and I have ambitions that are impossible, that have never been done before, and things like that, right? But if you want to achieve it in realistic terms, I think what Omkar says makes more sense, and that's my latest realization. And since I think like that, I can see myself going step by step there. See, you need to know what the next thing is rather than focusing on the 100th step, right? So that's very true.
And adding to Omkar's point, one more point, what I recently realized is, maybe ये मेरा एक thought होगा, but then as he says कि उसको समझो 5 साल में सुपरा लेना है,
नहीं बोल रहा है मैं सिर्फ एग्जांपल दे रहा है, भले में लेगा या नहीं लेगा वो बात का अलग की है. हाँ, सिर्फ एक मतलब एक परसेप्शन दिया मैं तेरे.
पीआर अगर नहीं हुआ तो हाँ मैंने बोला था, पहले क्लैरिफाई किया था, मैंने बोला था. पिच कर रहा है,
राइट?
शूज ले लेगा तो फिर
नहीं दूंगा.
दे दे.
फर्स्ट हो गया इसका.
बाद में बोलेगा नहीं, मैं 5 साल पहले बोला था कार नहीं, शूज लेने वाला था.
टोयोटा सुपरा बोला क्या? नहीं, कौन सा सुपरा तेरा?
नहीं
Supra itself is the brand.
Itself is a brand. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you were saying.
So समझो there are 5 steps in it, ठीक है? और अगर मुझे उस फिगर तक या उस नंबर तक पहुंचना है, I will have to scale up on each stage, right?
Yeah.
So प्रॉब्लम क्या होता था इनिशियली मेरे साथ कि मैं डायरेक्टली 4th स्टेज या 5th स्टेज पे जाता था, फिर फर्स्ट स्टेज पे आता था. फिर मुझे समझा कि एक बार फर्स्ट स्टेज पे पहुंचना है, यू विल हैव सर्टेन स्केल. एक स्केल पे पहुंचा रहेगा तू. आफ्टर दैट आई हैव टू थिंक कि सेकंड स्टेज पे कितना स्केल करना है. फिर तू ये समझेगा कि थर्ड स्टेज पे कितना स्केल करना है. स्टेइंग एट स्टेज 1, नो, आई डोंट थिंक यू कैन थिंक कि मैं स्टेज 3 पे कितना स्केल अप करूंगा. दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंड विथ मी कि
I have a very good perception on Rahul's point. It's not bad to be crazy or crazily ambitious, but if you want to achieve the impossible, you have to outwork the people who have achieved the impossible.
Yeah.
Elon Musk works more than 80 plus hours a day. I sleep 12 hours, bro. Sorry, 80 hours a week, right? I sleep 12 hours.
12 7s are 84. Yeah, you sleep more than you work. So
Yeah. तो अगर हमको whatever if you want to achieve the impossible now, you have to put in the work that is impossible to do.
And exactly,
I hardly work 6 hours a day. Hardly work 6 to 7 hours a day. तो अगर मुझे I want to reach that mode to probably achieve that, I have to work more hours than Elon Musk.
मुझे एक पॉइंट
Yeah, and also there's a lot of variables where he's smart enough, and then I have to work double what he does, right? Because I may think कि I'm not as smart as him, correct?
Exactly.
तो मुझे और उससे ज्यादा काम करना है bro. ऐसा ही नहीं बोल सकते कि नहीं होशियार है उन्हें
विक्टिम माइंडसेट नहीं रहना.
Yeah.
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कि हाँ मेरे गोल्स हो गए, नहीं, दैट माइंडसेट.
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, बहुत सारे वेरिएबल्स हैं. अभी फॉर एग्जांपल माइकल जॉर्डन, ही वर्कड सो हार्ड, मतलब सबसे ज्यादा हार्डवर्क किया है. नाउ ही इज सिटिंग ऑन अ वेल्थ ऑफ $3.7 billion टुडे. ओके, बराबर, ये पॉइंट है. नाउ राहुल का ऐसा हो सकता है कि से ही रीचेज $1 billion एंड देन ही स्टार्ट्स डूइंग दिस एवरीथिंग. मे बी माइकल जॉर्डन को ये सब करना कभी मन में नहीं रहेगा रे.
हाँ,
तो ये भी तो एक वेरिएबल
his
है.
drive for the sport is something that might have got him there. So there is no specific way that you reach that number. हाँ.
तो ऐसा भी बोल सकते हैं कि ओके, वो अगर 18 घंटे काम करता था, मैं 12 घंटे करूंगा तो मैं उधर पहुंच जाऊंगा. पर मेरा वे ऑफ लाइफ या
Luck factor, the luck factor.
one of the most important factors which I always used to discount.
everyone did it.
Yeah, I discounted, like I'm like चूतिया है.
See, I have a
I don't
point
believe in
कि तू जैसे बोला ना, there are two different things to this, bro. You're comparing two different things.
हाँ,
We as
that is
entrepreneurs-
exactly what he said.
Yeah,
We are comparing two different things.
See, Michael Jordan का wealth is not his achievement. His 6th championship, his achievement, right?
मैं वो नहीं बोल रहा.
Correct. What you exactly what he said. He's like
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ.
that drive for him, that passion for the sport drove him this well.
Drove him this well.
Actually, made him get this well.
It's the wealth is a derivative, not the outcome.
हाँ.
Yeah,
ये
so-
That
Yeah.
was the point.
See, but still, right? You'll never be motivated enough to do it until there is something you are trying to get, right? मेरे को लगता है
अरे नहीं ये पॉइंट है ही नहीं. जैसे ओमकार बोला, ठीक है, कि वो सो एंड सो वेल्थ तक पहुंचा है इतने घंटे काम करके, बराबर. मतलब मेरे को उधर तक पहुंचना है तो मुझे भी उतना या उसको आउटवर्क करना पड़ेगा, डिपेंडिंग कि मेरा वेरिएबल कितना है, राइट. मैं क्या
प्लस द लक फैक्टर.
हाँ लक फैक्टर
सो
ऑब्वियसली.
उसको अगर अकाउंट में लिए एंड जस्ट एवरेजिंग इट आउट, योर लक इज -5 एंड यू आर वर्किंग +15, you have to work +20. You have to consider the worst case scenario.
यही बात परसों मैं और किशन कर रहे थे.
And we three also had a long conversation on luck. Because there's a game, I was explaining him, there's a game called God of War, right?
Yeah.
It's a crazy game, you have to play it. मैं खत्म कर चुका है game. In his arsenal, you can say, there's armor, there's wrist, there's weapons, right? There are multiple credentials there or factors there that affect your strength. Amongst those factors, there was luck. So that luck, if he wore a certain type of armor, used to increase or decrease.
Oh.
So in that game, also there's a factor of luck that they have considered ki luck plays an important role in a story, right? And if you consider it as a real life scenario, our stories, whatever we do, also involve a lot of luck factor.
Yes.
So if I get this watch, right, my luck can be, work against me because I spent some amount of money. Or a stranger might start a conversation with me just because he liked my watch. And then he might end up giving me some business.
Yeah.
So these are my weapons, right? And I don't know the stats.
Correct.
Like I play the game. So that's what I was explaining him ki how the luck factor in sort of affects.
I consider myself to be lucky because I've done many mistakes, but today when I connect back the points, मेरे को समझता है हाँ यहाँ पे मेरा लक काम किया, यहाँ पे मेरा लक काम किया.
See again, that's what like I don't think there is unlucky. मेरे लिए it has never been the thing for me कि
नहीं
everything that's happened like कुछ भी अगर बुरा हुआ है that has worked out.
अनलकी ऐसा होता ही नहीं है. You either तू इधर लक के इस साइड पे गिरता है या फिर इस साइड पे गिरता है. इट इज नॉट अनलकी.
You're lucky or you have gratitude. ठीक है. Gratitude is also very important. कि whatever you have, valuing the things that you have now is a way to portray कि luck is there's no such thing as no luck because you have gratitude, bro. I have so much now. I will definitely say I'm lucky, but I can get more lucky. I can spec or upgrade my arsenal.
Sorry to interrupt everyone. Why I considered luck a factor, I'll tell you. Because there was one thing I was going through in life. Now today, just because I'm sitting on this table, I'm having conversation with all you three. एक बहुत अच्छी बात आज ओमकार से सीखने को मिली है मुझे, एंड दैट इज कि आप लो एनर्जी पे जब ऑपरेट करते हो, लो मोड पे ऑपरेट करते हो और आप राइट एंड हाँ योर एफिशिएंसी इंक्रीज वन थिंग एंड सेकेंड थिंग यू उस चीज में आपको उतना थॉट ही नहीं डालना है. I was gonna ask Tanish to make reel out of it and post it on our page. It was a very
If he thinks it needs to go, then
it was a very beautiful point, and I think for the rest of my life I'll remember this. And luck क्या है इसमें? Today I'm sitting on this table and I'm having this conversation.
And you.
See, I was about to have this conversation with you when we all were done.
Yes.
About the thing, right?
Yes.
See, I went through the same thing a year ago, probably, and
No. This is not that.
no, I'm just saying, okay.
That thing, that day when you said me, no, that thing was very clear. And
No, not that thing. I'm talking about what happened today earlier and what you're trying to build upon, right?
That thing.
So,
No, that thing I'm okay with it. I still think I did the right thing. That was.
no,
the
I'm
thing
not
I
saying you did
should
the
have
wrong
done.
thing, bro. It's just for me, right? I used to get pissed off when somebody used to make fun of me or somebody used to poke at me, bro. And
See,
then I
you start-
realized, like, why the fuck am I taking this personal? Like how it affects, right? And my current instincts is this about life. And the thing is, it keeps changing. And now I think this is the perfect thing I have, but I'll find something better, right? But yeah, that's something else. But what I'm trying to say is, when someone used to critique me or someone used to make fun of me, I used to take it in a very personal way and I used to get angry or pissed. Oh, how can he say this to me? But now I go in a middle.
I'll interrupt you here. It was not because मेरा मजाक उड़ा.
I'm not talking about you. I'm
हाँ.
just saying my
हाँ.
perspective, my thing.
मजाक पॉडकास्ट के स्टार्ट में ही उड़ गया. It was not about मजाक उड़ा. But I really had one very valuable point to add.
Yeah.
And that वो point तभी आया. That is where when he came and he told me कि बाबा ऐसा ऐसा हुआ, मैं उसको वही बोला कि मैं ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. But then I had a really valuable point to add on.
Remember this. I will come back to it. Alright?
I think we are not experienced podcasters.
Yeah.
मतलब obviously ये होगा, you know, I may interrupt or two people will start speaking. There is a reason we have some ground rules which I think we are following like
Yeah, fairly better.
fairly better than.
Wait. Every time we had a starter. What's a starter?
I'll start. So probably this is we are back after a long break because our iPhones were full of storage.
Storage.
And obviously I can't connect my phone because my camera's fucked.
Yeah. You were so fond of it when sleek that it is sleek no more.
Yup. Well, let's not dwell upon it now.
Yeah, every time when it comes to your stuff, we don't dwell on. Why so?
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah. Let's dwell. I've been dwelling on Omkar's mistakes and all of it lately.
Yeah. And you were questioning my market analysis a few years back.
Yeah.
Never knew I
Explain the context, guys. Explain the context.
This is the fun stuff. Do it.
I am not explaining.
You explain the first part.
Your-
I'll do the
Who
second.
fucked up the second time? You fucked up the second time.
You have to
I
explain.
didn't fuck up the second time. I just
Because your fuck up is a fuck up. His fuck up was, you can say, okay, genuine mistake. But you fucked up knowing that, okay, that is a mistake.
okay. So the thing is that Omkar, when we were in college, were like dating a girl.
I was not dating a girl. We were good friends.
Friend.
Yeah, friends.
Sharing some.
We were
mutual
good
benefits.
friends, bro.
Okay, Omkar was good friends with someone, and later I also became good friends.
The same girl.
With the same girl. I also became good friends. So the context of market analysis was that we were always telling Omkar, dude, what the fuck is wrong
What the
with you?
fuck? What the fuck is up with you?
Yeah,
bro?
what the fuck is up with you?
He always used to come to me in college and say, क्या बे ये तेरा मार्केट एनालिसिस मार्केट एनालिसिस करना पड़ता है बे भाई खुद लॉन्च किया प्रोडक्ट सेम मार्केट में
नहीं समझाओ ठीक से अच्छे से समझाओ
नो आई थिंक पीपल गॉट द कॉन्टेक्स्ट
get it.
पीपल गेट इट
good for them.
Did they get it? Or will they get it? Would they get it?
I mean, you spoke a lot of internal stuff like market analysis, same product launch.
So when we look for a girl or you look to date a girl or you be good friends as per Omkar's terms with a girl, so there's certain things that we do, right? So you talk to her, you spend time with her and all of that.
Yeah.
And then later you come to a decision that this is compatible or not. So that way, Omkar's analysis of compatibility was market analysis, which was not good. Or until
Not good.
I tested it out, was not good. Now,
All right.
I don't know if I was too.
No.
He dated one girl before and then he questioned it and now this guy dates
But
the
you know
same
what?
girl.
To be
I didn't
honest,
date the girl.
I don't consider that as a date. There are two reasons, two main reasons.
You never consider anything in date, right?
No, after it is done, I stop considering it. but in this case, it was not. I had a perception, or that specific girl told me कि नहीं bro, वैसा कुछ नहीं है. And then and you. No, and you might be going a little bit ahead in the time, but I and you.
You and I.
You and I. In Mangalore.
Yeah.
I'm speaking about the Mangalore situation.
Huh.
That's where I got fucked, bro.
Yeah.
That's where
That's where even he was supposed to get fucked.
He was supposed to get
Yes,
fucked,
but then that did not happen.
there were a lot of favors.
There was no favor.
towards
I
him.
was just
Yeah.
not present that day. Yeah. So
You
basically.
weren't present. Yours was present.
That is the point, right?
So the context to this is we had been to a fest.
Yeah.
Kishan with his girl.
Yeah.
And my supposed friend.
And then now Kishan's supposed friend.
Now Kishan's supposed friend. We had been to this fest, right? And उसको था दिमाग नहीं बे उन्हें कल्चरल में आई थी हम बिजनेस को गए थे तो I'm so sorry but you know what this
Wait, this is not like you.
Omkar said sorry. Very unlikely.
Very unlikely.
but we had been
You're
to that
lucky
fest.
wherever you are.
We had been to that fest and you were close to your friend, I got close to my friend and we sort of made out when
Yeah.
we were not you and I of course.
With their own specific friends. In a bus.
In a bus, dude, with 25 people in the
Of
bus.
the same college.
Of the same
who were
college.
who were all envious because they were not getting or whatever that shit
Yeah,
was.
we will
Us seniors were a bunch of losers, right?
Yeah, they were goddamn bunch of losers, and for the fact that they couldn't pull off what we could with the girls that they were eyeing on.
Bro, even I believed I couldn't pull that off.
Okay, so that luck factor we were talking about,
It played out.
It played out.
But yeah, I was on a single seat. भाई को डबल सीट मिला है. He was आराम से. But those
I planned it before, no?
yeah. But someone from our senior batch leaked the news.
Yeah. They were bound to leak the news.
No.
It was
He had to have a double seat. You could fit on single seat.
Bro, me and her would easily fit on a single seat.
But he and his friend wouldn't fit.
Yeah. That's where I got
Yeah.
fucked. That's where I got fucked, bro.
Look, I tell you principle. One, it is just no
PR.
no fucking
No, I think he has a valid point.
no fucking
Yeah.
Because
PR.
this guy went to fest afterwards.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking
He
about?
doesn't care about shit like this.
Bro, because
it is
because I worked my ass off.
No, and also I tell you
made
something.
sure that I came through for him. For
Yeah.
principal, sir.
Yeah,
That.
bro. I'll
But
tell you something. It was not wrong.
Yeah.
It was not wrong. It is natural. It would happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Even they might have done all of that stuff, but just because they couldn't do it or they saw us do it,
They couldn't do it at a level we were doing
Yeah,
it.
they had to go and snitch.
Yeah.
And they did.
They did snitch.
And after that, the conversation principal had with you guys was also kind of an advertisement to those guys that I validated your claim, boys.
Yeah.
And after that, you also still went to fest. I also still went to fest.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
principal wouldn't care you did what until you won. But also he made sure that sometimes when things like this happened, he put out that thing that
I'm not in favor of him.
Yeah,
That's
so it is
what his
like
perception was.
I know one thing about sir, or one thing I've learned from sir is that if you're not fair, at least look fair.
Bro, that's ironic you're telling it to me.
I mean, not in terms of complexion.
Long story short, he became good friends with the same girl after a lot of years, and I was not even connected. And
Yeah.
and when he actually said that to me in the car, we were having a general discussion, right?
Yeah.
कि I thought it was
Somebody else.
somebody else, bro, and I was like, bro, तेरा जरा ऊपर नीचे चल रहा था ना इसके साथ, तू स्टोरी क्यों डाला इसके साथ? And then he said, bro, it was. As soon as I heard that, I was like, my man. In the car, bro. In the car. I was proud of him.
Yeah.
I was proud of him.
One serious thing is, I'll kind of differ with that point. That principal sir did not care outside of whether you won or not. He did care because there were instances where he spoke to me outside of things that happened outside college, and
He
there
gave
were
me a lot of chances even while I was losing fights.
yes. So
He wanted me to do better.
Yeah.
Which I didn't take the hint. So
I think that I don't.
But
know
I was not doing good,
how-
bro. Where I was doing
No,
good.
you
used to
were
come
no, you were doing good. You were coming second, but you were bringing.
I used to
You're
come
doing,
second.
you're doing good enough to come second.
But I never achieved first, bro. I never got
You
first.
achieved first. You have won first place to your credit.
In HR.
In HR.
In
With
HR.
me. With me.
Yeah, with you.
With me.
I think you and I are in the same boat now.
But yes.
Oh, you are in the same boat now. I'm in a different boat.
But one thing was here.
I jumped off.
His marketing was really very good.
Yeah,
I don't
the
know
kind
what
of-
happened in the fests, what happened there, how people perceived him, but his marketing was really very good. I think somewhere or the other, no, the thing that sometimes happened with us guys was that
Not
our
me.
level was,
not me. You three.
तेरा पार्टिसिपेशन कम था, मतलब
नहीं।
हम जब कर रहे थे ने तेरा शायद,
हाँ, यार।
बट क्या होता था तभी, सपोज वो पर्टिकुलर फेस्ट का मैं नाम नहीं लूंगा, लेवल इतना है तो हम इतना इन्फॉर्मेशन लेके जाते हैं.
हाँ.
I don't think information overload was the issue.
In some cases it was. In many cases it was.
You know what? I'll be the black sheep here. I think you couldn't sell well to the judges because the
Yeah.
fest was not about
Makes
marketing.
sense.
Fest was not about business management, or fest was not about finance. They just named it. It was about selling to the judges, and you couldn't do that.
And also,
So you didn't
wait.
Fair point.
When you sell, there's no screen. When you receive based on a case, there is already preloaded information based on which he would be expecting something, and
Yeah.
he has his own perceptions, and based on that, he'll be making your judgments.
Exactly.
That time, some amount of information overload, or you can't, that selling factor, no, you lose out on.
So,
But,
the
that
point
there
here
in
is
fests.
the judge has got the case study 15 minutes before us. Correct? The judge doesn't know jack shit about it. Okay.
And
The
there are
second
also
problem-
contestants before you who will feed him information and perspective.
Right.
Who will feed him
Right.
information
So
and
then
perspectives.
there are
अरे
Yeah.
even they feed him on what basis he has to judge. So you might have very good point, very practical point, but then he'll overlook upon it because he has to mark you based on this.
But the reason why you guys were good at it is because you have a good PR, bro. I don't have a good PR.
What I used to do was I used to select the
You had the switch.
Yeah, I
I
used
didn't
to
have the
diplomatically go some rounds. I used to play diplomatic. I used to sometimes say, yes bro, you are right.
I can't do that.
I've done that.
तू चूतिया है तो तू चूतिया है. I was like this. तो
You are like this.
yeah, I am like that.
हाँ हमको पता है तू ऐसा ही है.
तो उसकी वजह से I might be offending the judges every time I used to speak because I have a very direct tone, if you notice.
Because
I
you
don't
weren't
have-
there to discuss what he wanted.
Yeah. There was this Patanjali case.
Yeah.
You know what? Now we are at the fest. I'll just talk to the audience and the rest of the Sibal, right? Okay. I'll give my perspective. I was talking, like, we were having this conversation, right? If we put me back in Sibalk now, take all my skills away, just this mindset, the person I am right now, take my skills away, communication skills and technical skills I know, put me back in Sibalk, I'd be the best. Because, while I was in Sibalk, right, I had a lot of baggage, and most of them were very mental and things like that. And I'm not really saying I was a victim or anything, but I think I let that cloud or make me achieve less in Sibalk. And that still bugs me. I couldn't do my best. And I didn't do my best, not because of anyone, just because my ass was too emotional about shit. And I thought I had like the blind ego of something, and I just clouded myself with it. And my own insecurities got me and pushed me behind.
I think everyone here had
Yeah,
this-
everyone has it, but yeah.
I
just
had a
don't
very
let it-
interesting point on that. We were just having that conversation, and he was like, "Agar if I think of it from my perspective, right? If I have the skills and the mindset that I have now, taking away everything, whatever I have achieved, my portfolio, stuff like that. When they put me back to the college, I will be exactly the same person as I am. Because if I was the person I was, that's why I'm here. If I behave in a different manner, I may not be here. I may be better than this, but I just want to experience this moment at the present. And a funny way is, if you put me back in college, I'll drop out the next day because I'm the same person, bro.
Yeah. I think dropping out part even I would agree. Like I don't want to be in college. I don't want to sit and study. I can't do it.
Dropping out was a boon.
Yeah,
even though I think Rahul dropped out after a few months. I left the college, but it was a very.
You know what? He had a reason. He had a job. I
had got
fuck
an
it,
offer
I'm
from
bored.
a startup.
Fuck this shit. I can't take it anymore. I'm like, I'll make
So
my own
I had
fucking
got
way.
an offer
I'm
from
like,
a
fuck this
startup.
shit.
उन्होंने बोला डिग्री नहीं चाहिए तो भाई आजा.
आजा.
I dropped out, but I realized कि job is not my
Not
cup
your
of tea. But those times were very confusing because Corona had just hit. Economy is fucked. Everybody's buying sanitizers, bro. And I am here sitting there at my job and doing that shit. But after I left that job, that's where I got a big brand to work with me. It's because of Corona, the brand had reduced its budgets and looking for cheap,
Cheaper
people who are economical, you can say.
Okay. Economic.
Economical.
Luck.
So that's where my luck played out. But yeah, dropping out was the best thing I would do because if I somewhat my financial situation was also fucked because I wanted to do a lot of things which I couldn't do. That's the whole reason. Once I left that baggage, as you said, once I left that baggage behind and left my house and just went into Mumbai, I realized I'm fucking talented.
Yeah.
That's where I was like, ye chutiya hai.
Yeah, that is one thing I think I have shared with all of you guys is that one thing I have seen in all of us common is that the only people at points who didn't believe in us was us.
Yeah.
The whole world like glorified us, but in innate personality of yours, somewhere you had that like one thing. He told me, I always thought I'm a elite level procrastinator. He's like, dude, you believe you're a procrastinator. You don't believe you hard work. Like, boom. That was like, boom to me.
Classic Rahul Shetty.
Facts.
Yeah, that was like, boom to me. Made sense. Got into my job, work my ass off. Then I'm like, yes, I can fucking work.
Yeah.
I can fucking work. And sleep, like you say, I consider sleep is something, it's death's cousin.
I sleep, bro. I sleep a
I
lot.
hate sleep. Like I've never been very fond of sleep. I just think it's like shitting. I do it because you have to.
So it's a kind of similar perspective of mine also.
I don't enjoy it. I don't
And
dislike
this
it.
came to me after I said I was not able to work. So
exactly what I'm talking about. Right?
See, our hormones and everything are not in our control, and sleeping is like resetting yourself. So you have to do it.
but just in case, just remove the fact कि वो
Exactly.
hormones है वो सब. अगर if there was an option for sleep, ठीक है.
Just for the
I wouldn't sleep. I wouldn't sleep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sleep.
I wouldn't sleep.
You would sleep.
Huh?
You would sleep.
Even if this is the situation,
No,
right?
if it was an option,
You wouldn't sleep.
I wouldn't sleep. But
And
it's not an option.
You know what? Let's talk about in normal terms. If sleep, like I don't particularly enjoy sleep. It's like okay, I slept and like Omkar like really enjoys sleeping. He like I slept 12 hours a day, and he thinks that's a good thing. For me, it's nothing. Like for me, it's
Bro,
just
if
normal
I-
process. If I sleep more than 6 or 7 hours, my head gets fucked.
For me, it's the reverse. Because yesterday I traveled my way through bus. You won't really good sleep, get good sleep when you're in the bus. Now, the full day I've been functional. Works for me. If I slept more, and I'm like,
exactly. See, I can't sleep more, bro.
why? So that is, I start hitting my FOMO when I sleep more. So
No,
that is one thing.
For me, it's not even FOMO. It's just that I don't enjoy much. Like I feel lethargic when I sleep more. If I sleep more than
Totally
7 hours,
opposite.
I'm like
I
nice.
feel energetic.
Totally opposite. If I get up to pee, in the middle of my sleep, my day is fucking horrible, bro. The next day.
Yeah?
Yeah. The day I get continuous uninterrupted 12 hours of sleep, I'm happy, and when I wake up, I celebrate the sleep for 1 hour. Like, मैं अच्छा सोया आज. इधर
He
गया था.
like every morning. Like,
Maybe that sets the tone for the day.
So my daily routine is I wake up in the morning, I go to Omkar's house. I used to come to Sudhanshu's place, then go to Omkar's house because I do both of the job. So now it's like Sudhanshu is in Bangalore, so I have to go to his place because I don't have Wi-Fi at my place, and I don't even have laptop. My laptop is fucked, so I use his laptop. So I go there.
The funny thing is, both of us started using Wi-Fi at your place.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. And then I go to his place. I go at like 8:30. I'm there. 8:39. I'm there. I'm like doing my thing. He wakes up at 12 or 1, and the first thing I need to go and wake him up. Like, bro, it's time. It's 12 hours.
He does his work, bro. He comes 9:30. मैं उठता है 12 बजे. 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. 3.5 hours of work he does. मेरे को क्यों गिल्टी फील करा रहा है?
नहीं, the first thing
3 घंटा पहले काम चालू किया तो मैं क्या करूँ भाई?
मैं उसको मैं कब किया है तुझे?
नहीं मेरे
But तू 3 घंटे
conscious
और
में
बाद
होता
में
है
भी
वो।
काम करता है नहीं?
हाँ. मैं उसको I go to him and I say, bro, it's 12 hours. You have had good sleep. And the first 15 minutes of our conversation every day is, bro, मैं बीच में उठा बे कितने बार? एक बार उठ के टॉयलेट गया बे, मेरा नींद ठीक से नहीं हुआ बे.
मैं
like what the fuck bro?
बिना एक बार उठे मेरा नींद कंप्लीट नहीं होता. I have a disturbed sleep, but I'm kind of okay with it also because वही चेक में रखता है मुझको थोड़ा.
You have a disturbed sleep because you sleep in a lot of places.
Oh my god. That was a good point actually.
I'm proud of it. I get to sleep at a lot of places.
Should be.
I am.
Yeah, even I'm very disturbed sleeper. Like I at least wake up.
Disturbed sleeper like him?
No, I sleep at my place in my bed, like in a place where my parents are there. So there are not like
Bro. Even if your parents are there, has it mattered for me?
yeah. Okay, giving you guys a context. Like,
I used to
bring in girls.
Wait. To give you guys a really good context, Rahul was a pimp.
No,
Not
bro.
him. I was the Oyo before Oyo.
I used to make out in his home, bro.
Yeah.
When his parents were niche, in his attic, to be honest.
My room.
And
The
the
room had a
funny thing
vibe,
is,
bro.
the room was so hot, bro. फैन लगाते थे, पसीना आ रहा है ठीक है, पर डेडिकेशन है भाई मेरे को.
कर लेगा मैं.
Very very weird, bro.
ओम क्या इतना बड़ा सिम था नहीं, मीटिंग्स कैंसिल किया है उन्हें.
Simp नहीं था, immature था. I was immature. Now I
एक
don't
सेकंड.
do. Now I get people into my meetings, bro.
नए नवेले दूल्हे को देखा है क्या कभी?
सेम था. बट था भी नहीं. 18
यार,
साल वेट
अरे
किया था भाई.
जिंदगी में पहली बार मेकआउट किया था मैं. What do you expect?
Bro, 18 साल वेट किया था.
What do you expect? Because I didn't.
And also the girl was really fine, so I mean the same girl.
Was she? Same girl.
Well, she's my good friend, bro. I can't.
Hey, actually, she's a beautiful woman.
And you know
बोलना
what?
सभी.
You know what? She's a really good person too.
Yeah.
Like she's one of the girls I've met. I genuinely liked her. Like
I shared with the Shetty and Sudhanshu because after I spoke to her on a regular basis, suddenly I ghosted. Like not because it was anything उनके तरफ से या कुछ हुआ. I just didn't feel like बात नहीं करने का वो वाला back and forth हो रहा था. I just cut off, randomly cut off. A lot of things are parallelly happening at my end. I was like, ठीक है अभी ये important नहीं है. I cut off. But I wanted to address this to her. Called her up. She, with zero ego, with everything, still spoke to me in a nice way. That I was not expecting.
She is a good person.
Yeah, that
She
I was
is.
not expecting at all.
she is a really good
So
person.
my thing was, अगर कोई कुछ उधर से आया मैं रेडी रहना. So with that war वाला mindset I went, but that was a peace treaty. It took me by surprise.
the thing with me is, I used to always look at it from my perspective. I used to never look at it from the other person's perspective.
You
She
still
would-
do. You still do.
Yeah, now I still do, but I understand your perspective now. But I still do my perspective. But in that case, I didn't use, I never understood your perspective. So that girl was sweet. We had good conversations. The time was really, really good. But it was in a gray area, bro. What we had, it was in a gray area. And I was not mature enough to understand it.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's.
That's the first thing I said to her. Like, he didn't understand it, what you did. Or you should have studied.
Yeah. I didn't. Now I understand it, bro. And I don't blame her.
Because
पर मेरे को लोगों की उड़ाने में बहुत मजा आता है. So whatever the case, मैं तेरी भी उड़ाता है. So I may be sarcastic about it, as we were discussing this in our first podcast, which was supposed to be our episode 1, but this is our episode 1. I may be sarcastic, but I still understand things. So I never project my emotions.
You're not very reassuring.
she was the only girl whom my male friends dated, and I was close with. Genuinely, I liked her. Like, she was a good person. I wanted, like,
Not
I still
dated.
am a good friend with.
Not dated.
Not dated.
Not.
That will
For me, it's very platonic. I mean, I have never seen her like that, but I still talk to her on daily basis, and she's still my good friend.
I think the audience has understood what the crux is. I think we should move on.
Move on to what?
Moving on to when we were bowling, since we are on this topic.
Yeah, fuck you. Don't. Yeah, say something where I'm not included. Yeah, go on. I'll just walk off.
No, no, I didn't mean it like that. Why are you paying? I laugh, bro. Can't I laugh? Can't I
ऐसे
laugh?
नहीं बोला genuinely.
अरे मेरे को कुछ नहीं लगा.
अभी तू obvious क्या भाई?
उन्हें करता है वे मेरे को वैसे. उन्हें वैसे करता है मेरे को कुछ भी जो मैं तेरे लिए नहीं क्या सीरियसली बात कर रहा करके बोलता है.
और सीरियस कराने का और awkward फील कराने का 4 लोगों के सामने. हाँ मैं तेरे लिए क्या? तू बुरा लगा कि नहीं बुरा लगा कि नहीं?
एक थिंग राहुल अपने एक्सप्रेशंस बहुत क्लियरली देता है. मतलब तू मैं बांडिया फिर भी वेगली देते रहेंगे. राहुल हर एक पर्सन का तेरा मेरा कम्युनिकेशन है, तेरा है ओमकार का कम्युनिकेशन. एक चीज है ना, यू अंडरस्टैंड द ट्रिगर्स. तो मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि इफ आई हैव ट्रिगर्ड हिम समवेयर, आई अपोलोजाइज. दैट इज द नाइस पर्सन आउट ऑफ मी. बट तुम लोगों को लगता है कि मैं वैसे कर.
Your filter thinks that we are triggered.
Yeah, wait, and your niceness is actually making the situation more awkward for that person who you have triggered.
It's again Uchiyas versus the Sanjus. So that's fine.
So for some reason, Sudhanshu and Rahul consider as me and Kishan as Uchiyas and them as Senjus.
I don't consider anything.
So if you watched Naruto, then you might have gotten the context.
Bow down to me, I am the god.
Yeah, that's what the attitude. Yeah, okay.
That's what I carry right now. That's what I said. Ki
Yeah.
If I had the same attitude or mindset back then, I would ace Sibal. And I mean, I would ace myself in the college. So, I mean, I didn't do the work back then. What I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say is, I know things.
Chilla mat, zara
Yeah.
chilla mat.
I know things are bad. Things can be bad, mentally fucked up. You might be in depression. You don't want to think, but never let that hold you back. Never play victim. Never be victim of the circumstances you are in, because that will only push you back and not push you further. Always say fuck this, I'm gonna do this anyway. I think that's what my biggest life lesson has
अरे वही कर रहा है अभी
To
सब.
me, this mindset you are talking about, college got that in me. Or maybe that sleeping thing got awakened in
you know
college
what?
after
Even
that.
though I dropped out of college, even though I have regrets that I didn't perform, but if I had chosen some science field, I think my life would be a mess. Or I don't know about that, but I'm really grateful for Sibalk and everything. The good, bad, ugly, everything. I just love that part of my life, and I just love that college.
Sibalk
I
was
love
really
it.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
it
really
changed me
good.
as a person.
Point
It
one.
changed my life.
There's
Point
this
one.
one thing I have to say, that I think somewhere, well, in the third year when you were, graduating,
हाँ हाँ
Graduate.
मैं था वहाँ
हम इंस्टाग्राम स्टोरी देख रहे थे अभी बाद में आज जरा फोमो फील नहीं हो रहा क्या
फोमो फील करने तुमको छोड़े, बाद में पार्टी को इनवाइट नहीं करे.
इसलिए हम बोला ना
नहीं हम मुझे लगा कलेक्टिवली मैं फोटो में देखा कृष्णा नहीं दिख रहा है बेट सिर्फ टोपी दिख रही है.
नहीं नीचे देख
Yeah, probably the only thing you'll pick at me.
एक मिनट
I just mentioned the thing that I picked you at.
Yeah,
he says that's the only thing.
you'll pick me at.
No, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
if you talk about like there are a lot of other short things.
I'll come back to my father.
Motherfucker.
Oh shit.
Cock your fucking hole. You're saying something.
Yeah, Sudhanshu, go ahead.
No. This is
You should.
This is really a good point. What in the third year, while we were graduating, I really thought, that Principal Sarun, he has set this everything just for us to, actually get these life lessons.
Yeah, I looked at it from that lens. I looked at it from that lens. I don't know about others.
Because
I looked at it from that lens.
Initially, what I used to think is,
Are you saying others means me?
No.
No. Because I ended the relationship between me and him in good terms. Because
I meet Sibalkites and they shit a lot about principle.
Yeah.
But I think that's not. I just want to say it to them, but I don't. But like, if you're watching,
but you say
but it's no. It's like it's your fucking problem that you don't do well. Because I know, because I didn't do that well. Like I didn't do the best I could do, right? I think I respect Principal a lot because he is the fucking best. Like
At
he
what
did
he
his
does.
job.
Yeah, he that man knows his shit. He knows his shit.
you people observe carefully. Okay? You might have picked this point that people who were actually talking ill of him, were actually who were not ready to take that leap or improve
Exactly.
themselves,
Yeah.
come out and perform. I think 70 to 80% were these people.
Yeah, you know what? There was a situation. I lost 3 fests continuously. You know what he said to me? I mean, like everyone has this evil, like they think Principal is a bit political and bad. You know what he said to me? It's okay, perform. Like go ahead. And at that moment in my life, he understood what I needed, right? And he pushed me.
What I think.
And then COVID hit, then I dropped out. That's the another thing. But I think that's like he became that knowingly, unknowingly, he became the catalyst which made me who I am now, right? I mean, I respect him a lot.
No offense, but
Yeah.
I still think that even if somewhere or the other, to a little extent, if he might be doing something like that, अरे उसके पीछे भी lesson है.
Exactly.
क्योंकि रियल लाइफ में ऐसा हो सकता है ना.
अबे मैं बोलूँ like वो क्या करता है मालूम? He just supports who is doing good. That's the whole thing of life. I heard Kanye West say this ki.
Okay,
People say,
let's short this conversation. 3 things you learned from college. Start.
No, I had a perspective.
Yeah, go ahead.
हाँ.
Finish it off.
So I heard like I watched Kanye West video and where he was saying people usually say things like, oh, they are just using me for this. That's the whole human thing, right? If you can't be useful person to other human being, you are useless, right? So that's the whole thing. I am friends with you because there is something I need, like the emotional support, moral support. Everything is like, I need this. You use something. And if you are like, if you think that, if you live in that victim mindset of, I mean, that's what I think. If you live in that victim mindset, oh, they are just using me for this, they are just using me for this, then that's your problem. If you don't want to be used, then don't be used. Be a useless
It's
person.
your problem. You're being used.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in your control that
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, how people.
You should see if they are using
Treat you
you.
as
You need to make it a growth factor to you rather than being a cribbing factor for yourself, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So, like,
3
so,
things.
3 things, yeah.
3 things. What you learned.
First one, go get what is yours. It won't be handed. Second, live your life to the fullest. Third, comparisons don't matter. None matter.
Number one, competition really improves you. So take it seriously. Try to improve out of that. Don't look at bad side of it that I lost or this person is doing better than me. What I learned was that अगर last fest में मैंने ये गलती की है, next fest what can I do so that these mistakes I don't repeat. So this one thing, the real crux of competition I understood. Second thing is, you do good things, people will talk about you.
You do bad.
You do bad things, people are going to talk about you. So do what the fuck you want. And the third point is, before Sibal, ऐसा पता नहीं होता, ऐसा exactly पता नहीं होता कि हाँ मुझे जैसा person बनना है ना, उस person में ये characteristics चाहिए. And then as and how I went through this journey, मुझे धीरे-धीरे पता चलने लगा कि हाँ मुझे ये characteristics चाहिए अपने में, तो मैं ऐसा person बन सकता हूँ. ये good characteristics है मेरे हिसाब से.
And तो बाद में उसके ऊपर act करने चालू कर.
हाँ. Then I started applying it. तो और ये भी नहीं कि मुझे रिजल्ट्स नहीं दिखे बे. और बहुत सारे तुम दोनों के साथ तो मैंने ऐसे शेयर किए कि अभी मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ, मैं ये किया और ये देखा अभी ऐसा हो रहा है.
अभी वैसे टीवी शोज और फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर्स के साथ होते हैं, नोटिस किया है? अभी फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर के साथ वैसे होते हैं.
We look up to fictional characters.
Yeah, I look up to fictional
Eren Yeager, Tanjiro.
My biggest bro, this one person, one character that changed my life, I think even you guys know, that's Harvey Specter. That happened. I think we'll save that story for some other time.
But three things you like. Oh, I think you did a what?
No, he didn't.
We'll come from you.
No, he's done. I'm done.
Okay, I didn't think of it.
Even I have to think. Then that's the reason I'm telling you.
I think the first will be
That's the reason you also asked to start from me in the first place.
Because I needed time, but I procrastinated that too.
Yeah. You didn't give me a chance to.
Procrastination, you should have understood that, you should have prepared for it, but you didn't.
And you put that thing to an elite procrastinator. Put him in a pressure situation, think three things, bro.
That's exactly what you did in that scam also, bro. It's fair enough. No.
Fair enough.
My three things I learned from Kaylee Sibal will be, the first one, again, the same thing I said. Don't be a victim of your circumstances. It will not help you. It's okay to be fucked. It's okay to feel bad. It's okay
to be fucked in a hypothetical manner.
Yeah, hypothetical manner. It's okay to have a fucked up life. It's okay. It's pretty normal. Everyone has it. Just move on. Do what you need to do, because that's the only way you will get out of that shithole. Right? That's the first thing. Second thing will be sense of direction. Because I knew what I wanted to be in my life, but I didn't know the way or the gate, the gates opened is what I can say. How can I take my baby steps? That started from Sibal, the sense of direction. And third will be
You said this to me actually. No, we slowly tried to figure out लोगों के groups कैसे होते हैं.
Human.
That psychology.
Yeah.
Now a person with good money, what kind of group he thinks of going into.
That's I'm talking about learning. Circle of association. I knew what kind of friends I wanted to make, because I think every one of you, I knew I wanted to be friends with you guys. The first time I interacted, I had that sense naturally. But learning from Sibal,
I think those things, those events, those incidences, those choices made it more clear, I think.
Yeah.
कि हाँ इससे तो नहीं करना.
Third thing I'll tell you this. You have to be rich. You have to be successful. Without that, you're nothing. You're just a dust. Nobody will respect you. Nobody will want you. Nobody will even love you. Nobody will even give a fuck about you. You need to be that reality. I think I needed that reality check, and that happened to me. in Sebal. 3 things. To sum it up, don't be a victim. What was the second one?
Direction.
Yeah,
It
sense
was me. It was me.
Sense of direction.
sense of direction. Second one, you. Sense of direction, and third one is you have to be successful and rich. Otherwise, there is nothing for you in this world. Everyone will treat you like a shit.
No, you do if.
I think to put it more precisely, you need to be a person who can provide value in any way.
Yeah.
Eventually
I think
that
this
will
world
just
is
be-
transactional, bro.
Yeah.
Heavy transaction.
Heavy transactional.
Technically,
Even in your relationships, it's
Relationship
transactional.
is
bro.
transactional, purely
It's very
transactional.
But one thing I'm very thankful for is I got 3 best friends who are like my brothers.
Oh, are a good, perfect friends.
Two best friends who are like my brothers.
टेक्निकली तुम दोनों एक एक भी बोलते थे तो चलता था. बोल your 3 things.
My 3 things.
अभी तो बाहर गया था ना, मुझे लगा सोच के आया रहेगा बाहर जाके.
नहीं
प्रोक्रेस्टिनेट किया है, अभी सोच के आया.
My cough is bad, but okay.
Your face is bad.
First thing,
Could have said that a little louder.
no, that will come in audio definitely. Because we are recording on 4 different laptops, right?
Oh, good.
And also we've got subtitles.
My man is going to put in the work to insult his older brother, and he's like,
Yeah, bro, I
Gotcha,
didn't
man.
think of that.
Exactly what he's going to do. Remember all the times you've thrown shit on him.
remember all the times you denied him money?
Yeah.
अभी 10 साल है, 500 रुपए देने तो ये एडिट में डालता है, देखने के बोलेगा.
But he doesn't care. So.
It's okay now. I think we are at this point where we don't give a fuck. That's why we have come up with this podcast.
Don't give a fuck.
My 3 things. The first thing is I learned how to speak to girls. That was my biggest problem.
The socialization part.
Socialization part of it. मुझे आँख में आँख मिला के बात करने आता नहीं था लड़कियों के साथ. So thankfully the same girl taught me how to do that. And
Girl number 1 by the way.
sometimes you come across a lot of females in your professional life as well. So that skill is very important. I learned that skill. Second skill is learning.
Anything.
Learning. Second learning is I learned that how people speak about you. That wasn't in my equation at all before it. क्योंकि I had such good friends and our circle was so tight. ऐसा पीछे बात करना कुछ होता ही नहीं था. So when this happened ना, this was new to me. कि what the fuck bro, ऐसा भी होता है कॉलेज में. Like
I got it.
people पीछे लोग बात करते हैं, ऐसा भी होता है. And I was like, I was shocked, but I learned कि there will be people who will be speaking shit about you, so make sure you choose your words in front of that specific audience. Third thing is never trust on rumors. There were so many rumors in college which were true, which were not true, I don't know, but this is the lesson that I take from it, right? Whenever it comes to rumors, unless I see it from my eyes, I never believe
You
it.
never believe it. Makes sense.
So
Makes a lot of
those are the 3 things I took away from Sipal. But of course, it helped me improve my communication. I got good in presentations, stuff like that. But yeah, these were fundamentally these 3 things affected me in college.
I think we were okay with speaking in front of 60 people, but Sibalk taught us how to speak in front of 6,000 people. That is what I.
No, I wasn't even okay with speaking to one person, bro.
That
But,
was one thing I think I carried from my school. That school put me in that exposure. So that was I was used to. But the other part.
Talking about technical thing, mine will be English.
One more thing I forgot to mention, it taught me balance. Like how I was saying, I was also partying and also doing a lot of shit at the same time. I could manage. Previously, it was that you do this, you can't do this. So, figured out a balance between the two. So,
You know what? I think the same about everything. I think that's the matrix. For
Yeah.
me. I'm thinking like that's the current mental thesis I'm working on, right? Like there is always this narrative of, You are said that you can do this or that, but I think that's not the way.
Yeah, that's not the way. Right?
You can have everything. I mean, you can do both. You can do multiple things and still be successful at what you're doing. For example, partying, having fun, and then being focused on your career.
There's a good reel. Like he gyms and he then he goes and parties. So that's a good combination of
Z's.
work-life balance.
Z's.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Right now?
Three lessons we learned.
No,
So I think that
when we were just taking a break and I said no.
My story of how I got into Sibalka, or what was my criteria to.
Oh yeah.
This time my market analysis was good. I'll tell you how. So what I
in
did.
choosing a college,
Yeah, in choosing a college. So what I did, I knew. So there was this accumulation of good crowd in good colleges. It's a thing. You go to Christ in Bangalore, you go to CMS in Bangalore, you see a real good crowd there. And in terms of you see girls, boys, there is some aura to the crowd in those colleges than it is in the other colleges. So I hang with a couple of friends here, make some friends in Belgaum and things like that, and then later while having conversations, when things came to actually me pursuing my BBA in Belgaum and then me having to choose a college, so few names were thrown around, Jain, Gokte. So I put them one question, I'm like, लड़कियाँ कहाँ अच्छे लगते हैं? Hottest girls there are they. Some dude said, Sibalk. Bola, let's go, have a look. Went into the college, saw good girls. Our seniors were hot. Some of our seniors were hot, and luckily I saw the hot seniors only.
You know who was the first girl I saw in Sibal? Also, I am assuming.
Oh.
And such a irony, right?
Back then. Now you can't comment, my friend. So that was my first criterion. So when I went in, came, saw the college, spoke to the principal, then saw all of these events and stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is somewhere I fit in. So that was my criteria to get into college. Imagine. Now I feel that was a good criteria because back then with the limited amount of information I had made the right pick.
Same. What happened was
सेम तू भी लड़कियाँ
नहीं लड़कियां नहीं बट मेरा ही ऐसा ही कोई किस्सा है रे कि बहुत अजीब क्राइटेरिया था ओके सो आई वांटेड टू डू बीबीए ठीक है तो ऐसे 3-4 कॉलेजेस का मैं फॉर्म वगैरह लेके आया मैं और मेरा भाई कृष्णा ओके सो फाइनली आई डिसाइडेड टू ज्वाइन वन कॉलेज ठीक है मैं नाम नहीं लूंगा नो आई वोंट नेम इट
We need controversy.
Name it.
We need क्या बोलते हैं fights.
You want him to name it?
So then
Name it.
We need controversy. We need views. We need shares. We need
Comments, likes.
मारामारी को क्या बोलते हैं?
Drama.
We need drama.
So then
Name it.
my friend, okay, he had joined Sibalka, okay. वो भी सिबाल्क का भी लेके आया था और दूसरे कॉलेज का भी फॉर्म लेके आया था. And then he was like, bro, I went to that college एक डेमो लेक्चर के लिए मैं गया था. The professor was eating पान and थूक रहा था बोलते. सर नहीं यार ऐसे कॉलेज में तो नहीं लगा ना ठीक है सिबाल्क लगाते हैं करके. मेरा ये क्राइटेरिया था वो ज्वाइन करने का.
Bro, someone made a meme out of Sibalk saying it's Sasta Kejo drama. It is, bro.
Yeah.
It is the nearest college that is Karan Johar's. At least in Belgaum, like that's the nearest thing.
Hey, FCGS का बहुत ड्रामा होता है bro.
हाँ?
बहुत ड्रामा होता है.
FCGS का.
बहुत ड्रामा होता
हाँ अपने ही बैच को आई थिंक ऐसा हुआ कि हुआ ही नहीं कुछ क्योंकि कोविड आ गया.
कोविड आ गया.
हाँ, बाकी
है. पहले इसमें तो ड्रामा देखता था हमारे सीनियर्स रोते बैठते थे. हाँ.
Bro, they were such crybabies.
Bro, yeah.
I don't even get it. Like उनका हमारे पे क्या था? I don't know.
in next podcast, no, me and Kishan will mention one very great example.
Nice cliffhanger though. I like it. I like it for the views.
अरे bro, we have a lot of Bangalore stories to tell.
Yeah, we have that too.
We'll build the context.
We'll build context. And this one in particular, what Sudhanshu and I are going to talk about. you'll know what are the
You'll understand who it is.
You're like, "Abbe chutiye." That will be your reaction.
A lot of content coming your way.
Yeah,
I think
a lot
this
of
is-
great content coming.
We can stop here.
Yeah, I
Do you
think-
want to?
Yeah. We've been going for 3-4 hours, I guess.
I mean, post में figure कर लेंगे रे.
Please like, share,
Post
and
में
subscribe.
This is a wrap for the day.
Yeah.
More content
Like,
coming
share,
in
and
next
subscribe.
episode. Like, share, and subscribe.
If you're on Instagram, you can't subscribe. So. but
Makes
but
sense.
do-
I was
do
about to
follow
say
our
that.
page. Do
I'm
follow
like,
our page.
follow. कुछ
चलो।
मत करो, शेयर करो बस है.
अरे वो तो होगा
हाँ,
ही।
वो तो होगा.
हो गए।
जिनके बारे में बात किया सबको शेयर हो जाएगा. सब लोग मल्टीपल टाइम शेयर कर देंगे उनको.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
चलो.